Vehicle is pitching down.
Five, four, three, two, one. Ignition. Plus Falcon 9, go speed to go Starlink.
Vehicle is pitching down.
Five, four, three, two, one. Ignition. Plus Falcon 9, go speed to go Starlink.
Vehicle is pitching down.
Landing like deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
I'm back shut down. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Nina, this is Desert-Livin, and this is a live view of my property. In my last video, I explored the emerging rollout of AI-powered humanoid robots. And coincidentally, just hours after I posted the video, YouTube was flooded with videos and headlines covering the very same topic. Today, we're taking it a step further as we dive deeper into the world of humanoid robots. And not just any robots. We're focusing on a couple of different companies that are creating these AI humanoid robots, starting with Persona AI, a company that's quietly shaping the future of human-like workers, pushing the boundaries of what machines can do in real-world environments. But first things first, who is Persona AI? They were founded in 2023 by former neural network engineers and robotics from MIT, Boston Dynamics, and OpenAI. Persona AI is a startup that sets out to redefine the workforce, and their mission is to create humanoid robots that can adapt, communicate, and operate seamlessly in everyday human environments. Persona AI is building humanoid robots for welding in partnership with Hyundai. This will bring on the new cutting edge of humanoid automation, and they're planning to deploy these humanoid robots for precision welding in 2027. Let's take a quick look at a clip of the video.
I'm AI News, and Persona AI just announced a partnership with HD Hyundai Robotics, which gives us a sneak peek into the cutting edge of real-world humanoid automation. So here's the breakdown. Basically, Persona AI is teaming up with Vasil Company and HD Korea Shipbuilding and Offshore Engineering, and they're planning to deploy humanoid robots for precision welding sometime in 2027. And this collaboration in particular was unveiled in Houston, Texas, United States. And it's promising to transform shipyards into hubs of human-robot synergy. And here are the details of the partnership. Specifically, it's a memorandum of understanding to create these welding humanoids, with Persona AI being responsible for developing the necessary embodied AI.
So did you hear what the video said? It said that a rollout of humanoid robots will transform shipyards into hubs of human-robot synergy. Think of them as the start of a takeover of human workers. With major funding from top venture capitalists and a few quiet government contracts, they're not just dreaming, they're deploying. And the next AI development company is Unitree, and they've been around for a little while, but they just introduced the go-to robotic dog. This robotic dog has standard 4D ultra-wide LiDAR, also known as light detection ranging. It has remote sensing technology that uses light pulses to measure distances, landscapes, it maps terrains, and even assists in autonomous driving. Its big model GPT empowerment, a new creature of embodied AI, Unitree Go-To joins you to explore the future world. Let's check out a short clip of this video. So I don't know what you think, but I absolutely love my two Frenchies that I have with all my heart. They're more than just my pets, they're my family. Their goofy personalities and their warm cuddles and endless loyalty bring so much happiness to my life. And no matter what kind of day I've had, they've always managed to make me smile. The bond that I share is something truly special, and I couldn't imagine my life without them. Can an AI robotic dog provide the same? The video shows a man playing with a Go-To like it's a real living pet, but I seriously doubt that man playing with that robot dog would receive the same bond as having a real living dog. And in case you missed it, it was Unitree's AI humanoid robots that experienced severe malfunctions just a few weeks ago. Viral videos captured unsettling incidents, including robots attacking attendees at a festival in China and engineers during testing in a Chinese laboratory. These events raise serious questions about the reliability and safety of emerging AI technologies. Are we truly prepared for this new era of artificial intelligence? The media portrays a world where humans and robots will work together side by side. It sounds hopeful, doesn't it? Like we're entering a future where machines make our lives easier, safer, and more efficient. A perfect partnership. But let's be honest, that's not what's really happening. The media sells us this story that AI robots are here to help, that we'll work together hand in hand toward a better future. But behind that polished PR campaigns and smiling androids, there's a different agenda, one that isn't being talked about. The truth is these robots aren't being trained to be our partners. They're being trained to replace us quietly and systematically. Every industry, warehouses, retail, transportation, healthcare, they're all finding ways to reduce their dependency on humans. Not because it's better for society, but because it's better for profit. And the government, they're not here to protect your job. In fact, they're already planning on what to do with the growing class of unemployed workers. Will it be universal basic income, digital tracking, social credit systems? This isn't science fiction. It's being tested right now in small steps behind closed doors. So no, we're not being ushered into a golden era of teamwork with machines. We're being phased out. The media wants you to believe that AI is your new coworker, but in reality, it's your replacement. And those in power are already preparing for a world where you're no longer needed. So the real question is, are these machines the next frontier of productivity, or are they the next step toward an automated, monitored world? Don't fall for the illusion. Ask questions, demand answers. And most importantly, prepare for the world they're not telling you about. If this video hit a nerve, subscribe and please comment, because in the world that's coming, awareness is your best advantage. Thank you for joining me today, and stay tuned for the next AI update. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Nina and this is Desert Livin'. The view you are seeing is of my beautiful desert property way out in the Mojave. Today we will be covering the dawn of the humanoid workforce. As I covered in my previous videos, this channel is dedicated to examining where the workforce is headed. Alright, let's start with the big picture. For years, humanoid robots were research projects, cool tech demos with limited real-world use. But now, companies like Figure AI, Tesla, Unitree, Amica are racing to build general-purpose humanoid robots that can move, see, and understand just like us. Last week, I covered Unitree and Persona AI. In case you missed last week's discussion, Persona AI partnered up with Hyundai to redefine the welding industry in shipyards around the world, which will roll out in 2027. Below is the link to my last week's video. How are humanoid robots being used today? Let's take a look at some of the most advanced humanoid robots currently operating in the real world. First, we will cover the humanoid robot Amica.
Amica is the pinnacle of what we can do, but it's still not exactly like a human. We didn't want to make it look exactly like a human. We wanted to make it look like a robot. It's the vision of what humans see humanoid robots in the future. You've seen all of the films, they all look like this. So we designed something around what we see, we envisage robots, humanoid robots to be in the future.
How did you actually build the robot to look so human with those expressions?
Well, what we do is we first look at a real human. It's what we call animation first. So Amika's got quite a few motors in its head, but we can see Amika going through some facial expressions now, opening her mouth. A big wide smile is one of the things that we want Amika to do.
So Amika is arguably the most disturbingly lifelike humanoid robot to date. It's marketed as the world's most advanced human-shaped robot. Amika isn't just a technological marvel, it's a provocative glimpse into a future where the line between human and machine grows increasingly blurred. Designed as a development platform for next-generation robotics, it serves as both a breakthrough in human-robot interaction and a bold challenge to our definition of humanity. Many humanoid robots are entering the real world as bartenders, concierges, warehouse and factory workers, and assisting humans in logistics and manufacturing. They are even greeting guests at conferences and orchestras. With that being said, the sector is expected to grow. The humanoid robot market was valued at $2.3 billion in 2024 and is predicted to increase to more than $13 billion in 2029, according to research markets. Fueling that growth and demand will be advanced humanoid robots that will have greater AI capabilities and human-like features that can take on more duties in the service industry, education, and healthcare. In light of recent events, the dawn of complex humanoid robots may come sooner than later. Google-backed Appatronic announced a series of AI funding at $350 million, increasing the startup's capacity to produce its Apollo humanoid robots on a larger scale. Seeing the promise that this industry holds, Apple is even considering a pivot to building humanoid robots. Let's check out a clip of Apollo.
You need higher and higher precisions and degrees of freedom to get more dexterity. It makes you appreciate, actually, the human body a lot more. Because if you look at your hands, it's very simple, it's very intuitive, these motions that you do. But when you're trying to recreate those in a robot, you start realizing how complex, actually, the system really is. This is where you're going to start to see more actuators, more motors needed, more precision needed. And that's where our devices come into play.
We've produced 8 different versions of humanoid robot, and that's what we're showing today. Our experience of bringing humanoids out into the world came together so well. A robot that you want to work with on a day-to-day basis. As you start to interact more around people in public-facing environments like retail, or you go further and you go into working in hospitals, or you work in elder care, or even as you go all the way to working in the home, you have more and more requirements from safety, each of those progressive ways. Apollo has 32 degrees of freedom, which means that it has a huge number of actuators in it. With each of those actuators, we have our own mechanical sections and also all of the electronics where we find a lot of safety technology.
There needs to be small packages for all this solution to fit within that form factor. And this is where TI is providing those smaller package size solutions to enable this with a sort of architecture.
So these developments come in the face of Tesla continuing to refine its Optimus robot, accelerating the race to deploy human robots in the workforce. As part of the efforts to integrate and test the robotic capabilities, UV Tech has partnered with Foxconn to explore using humanoid robots to help assemble iPhones. Foxconn manufactures electronic products for major American, Canadian, and Japanese companies. In 2012, Foxconn factories manufactured an estimated 40% of all consumer electronics sold worldwide. In 2024, Foxconn's cloud computing segment, which includes servers, represented over 50% of their total revenue. Now, Foxconn is known for harsh working conditions. What's hidden behind the sleek tech is a complex story of labor. Foxconn has faced global criticism for inhumane working conditions, long hours, low wages, strict quotas, and worker dormitories that resemble military barracks. These concerns have been raised by various organizations and media outlets and are linked to Apple's global supply chain. But when it comes to harsh working conditions, what's deemed inhumane for people is perfectly acceptable for robots. So here's the real question. What's more profitable for shareholders? Investing in better human right policies for workers, or replacing them with robots that require no breaks, no benefits, and no protections at all? Optimus is Tesla's long-anticipated humanoid robot. Optimus can walk in straight lines, balance on one leg, lift objects, recognize different environments, and traverse uneven terrains. Tesla CEO Elon Musk plans to begin production of Optimus units. Ultimately, Musk plans to have millions of these units by 2029 operating in Tesla factories. The final humanoid robot we're going to talk about today is Figure AI. It's a United States-based robotics company specializing in the development of AI-powered humanoid robots. It was founded in 2022 by the founder of Archer Aviation. The company introduced its prototype Figure 1, designed for manual labor, initially targeting the logistics and warehousing sector. On January 18th of 2024, Figure announced a partnership with BMW to deploy humanoid robots in the automotive manufacturing facilities. You might have seen the buzz of Figure 1 standing on the floor of the BMW manufacturing plant, instantly sparking controversy. People were quick to assume that the robot was already on the job replacing humans, tightening bolts and assembling parts. But here's the truth. Figure 1 wasn't working at all. It wasn't performing any tasks. In fact, it was more of a demo. Figure 1 was not actually performing the real task at BMW plant, and here's why. The BMW Figure A1 partnership was more likely a strategic PR campaign to move research collaboration. Placing the robot on the floor was symbolic, meant to spark conversation, attract investors, and hint at future capabilities, not showing a robot doing actual work. Most people see these robots as creepy, dangerous, unneeded competition in the labor market. Yet the compelling promise of heightened efficiency, reduced operational risks, and maximized profit margins may ultimately eclipse growing concerns over job displacement, questionable ethics, and the societal cost of automation. Regardless of the timeline, it's clear that the humanoid robots are positioned to significantly reshape the global workforce. Current projections suggest that up to 35% of existing jobs will be impacted or replaced by these autonomous systems as early as 2029. In fact, this transformation is already underway, as we've been talking about. These humanoid robots are no longer experimental. Several models already have been integrated into the active roles across various industries. So here we are. We've gone from gears and circuits to neural networks and synthetic skin. The age of humanoid robots is no longer science fiction, it's payroll. We've seen Tesla's Optimus quietly assembling parts, Figure 1 already navigating factory floors, and Amica smiling just a little too naturally during a conversation. This isn't a future we're preparing for, it's the present we're trying to process. The workforce as we know it is being rewritten, not erased. And here's the controversial truth. We don't get to stop it. The technology is advancing faster than laws, faster than ethics, and yes, faster than most workers can adapt. For some, this shift means freedom from the mundane labor, but for others, it feels like betrayal. Decades of experience replaced by a machine that doesn't need lunch breaks, or health insurance, or even family. But the most dangerous thing we can do right now is pretend this isn't happening. This moment in history is a fork in the road. We need to stop asking whether robots should take over jobs and start asking how we protect the human spirit in a world where machines do the heavy lifting. Will we create new industries, new roles, new dreams? Or will we see generations sidelined by progress that doesn't include us humans? Because no matter how intelligent robots become, it doesn't understand purpose, passion, or pain. That's ours. That's human. This isn't just about automation. It's about identity. And the question we have to ask ourselves now is simple. What kind of future are we willing to build before it gets built without us? I invite you to the next episode and the next update of the AI workforce takeover. Stay human and stay aware. Subscribe and please leave your comments below and join the conversation. I'll see you next time. struck me really hard. Like when I saw this, you know, this is our SpaceX. This is our, you know, we're going to Mars. Aren't we supposed to be going to Mars? Like, isn't that what we're supposed to be, you know, doing?
The consequences, it seems, could reach even space. Donald Trump has threatened to stop rocket launches, satellites, and electric car production in a...
I think there was a launch today or yesterday in Florida, so I hope this doesn't stop. I don't know how President Trump can threaten this. This is good for the country.
very public spat with Elon Musk, who owns SpaceX and Tesla, among other things. Can he really do that? Would it really save money for the US? What about the long-term costs? Here's the breakdown. Let's assume President Trump is referring only to the operations of Elon Musk companies and not those of federal institutions like NASA. How much financial aid is the US government providing to SpaceX and Tesla? The answer, a significant amount if you consider economic incentives, tax breaks, and contracts. SpaceX has received tens of billions of dollars in federal funding over the last decade, including about $3.8 billion
But we have Starlink. There's a billion satellites up there for Starlink, and that's one of the best services ever.
in fiscal year 2024 alone. Most of this funding comes from NASA, which has paid SpaceX billions to ferry astronauts and supplies to the International Space Station and awarded over $2 billion.
He rescued those astronauts. Elon rescued those astronauts.
For developing lunar landers
Jeez.
as part of the Artemis program. NASA's partnership with Musk ramped up during the Obama administration, which hired SpaceX and Boeing to build spacecraft to transport astronauts, aiming to end NASA's reliance on Russia following the end of the Space Shuttle program. In recent years, SpaceX has carried out several missions to and from the space station using its Dragon spacecraft. What would happen if SpaceX and NASA part ways? If SpaceX stops servicing NASA, the US would face a serious space access crisis, particularly for transporting astronauts to and from the...
There you go. There you go. There's one huge issue right there.
International Space Station. SpaceX Crew Dragon is currently NASA's primary vehicle for ferrying astronauts to the ISS. Since the Demo 2 mission in 2020, SpaceX has launched more than 8 crewed missions under the Commercial Crew Program. So, what options would NASA have? SpaceX's closest competitor, Boeing's Starliner, is still in early...
Oh God, not Boeing. Not Boeing.
early stages. It just completed its first crewed flight in mid-2025 after years of delays. It lacks full NASA certification for long-term rotation missions.
Boeing is a disaster.
Its capacity is limited. The Starliner can carry only 2 to 4 astronauts per mission versus the Dragon's 4 to 7. Besides, Boeing's production and launch cadence is far slower than SpaceX's. What about Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin?
This video is hilarious. It just, nothing compares to Elon.
Well, it's at least 3 to 5 years away from human orbital launches. Blue Origin doesn't have a crew-rated...
Look at the shape of that. What is that supposed to be?
orbital capsule like SpaceX's Crew Dragon. The New Shepard only reaches approximately 100-kilometer altitude. That's the edge of space, which is not high enough for ISS, which is at an altitude of approximately 420 kilometers. What about a non-American option? Well, there's Russia's Soyuz. Before SpaceX, NASA bought seats on Russian Soyuz spacecraft at up to $90 million per seat. Political tensions post-Ukraine war have made this collaboration fragile. Even if Trump and Putin strike a deal, the US must also keep in mind that Russia plans to leave the ISS around 2028 to 2030. If both SpaceX and Boeing are unavailable or unreliable, NASA has no independent way to send crew to the ISS. US astronauts would have to wait for ISS rotation rides from international partners, if available. This would create an embarrassing space paralysis for the US and impact American space autonomy and national security. The Department of Defense has also awarded SpaceX hundreds of millions for launch services. SpaceX's Starlink division is poised to secure multi-billion-dollar contracts, such as upgrading the Federal Aviation Administration's air.
Thank God. We need that. We need an upgrade on the aviation. I mean, what about the thousands of plane crashes and shit that's been going on this past year?
Traffic control communication systems. What about Tesla? Indirectly, Tesla benefits from various federal and state programs. Tesla customers receive a $7,500 federal tax credit for electric vehicle purchases designed to boost EV sales. Tesla itself made nearly $2.8 billion in 2024 by selling regulatory credits to other automakers, helping those companies meet emissions regulations at minimal cost to Tesla. These credits are largely tied to state programs, especially in California.
Yeah, California is huge for Tesla.
Tesla's solar power division also benefits from federal renewable energy tax credits. The company previously received a $465 million Department of Energy loan to boost electric car production, which it repaid years ago. So what's changed? President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill aims to reduce or eliminate some EV tax credits and also federal funding for charging infrastructure. This could in turn impact Tesla's incentives and customer benefits, which ultimately could impact its sales too. Musk says these provisions destroy millions of jobs and warns that they damage industries of the future.
I'll show you a video coming up because Musk is planning on building a huge manufacturing plant for Tesla in Texas, I believe, and this may affect that. I think it's already started. It's in process, but we'll get to that video.
Trump's suggestion that DOGE should investigate the grants, subsidies, and contracts that Tesla and SpaceX get, that would impact profit margins at both these companies. One fallout would be less money for R&D, which is a major blow for any futuristic company. No wonder Elon Musk is fuming. But what about the cost to the US? The US government's investments in space, covering both civil, which is NASA, and defense, that's Space Force, have driven technological leadership, national security, and economic growth. Space assets are critical for communications, intelligence, navigation, and scientific advancement. The global government space budget reached $135 billion in 2024, which sounds like a lot, sure, but given that defense spending accounts for over half that amount, it reflects space's importance as a strategic domain. Reducing federal spending on space could lead to a slowdown in the commercial space sector. This would significantly impact national security and US leadership. And though cutting down on EV spending may not have the same consequences for national security, the US would lose the opportunity to lead a growing global industry while offsetting some environmental concerns. Cutting government spending on rocket launches, satellites, and electric car production could yield short-term budget savings.
So what does it sound like to you? Does it sound like we actually need Elon? Does it sound like we would be screwed if we didn't have Elon and his companies and his business? It sounds that way to me. What do you guys think?
But at the risk of long-term economic, strategic, and technological disadvantages. The US would likely lose ground in critical industries, reduce
China would go way above
job creation, and weaken its position in global markets and national security.
Okay, so the next video I have is we're going to focus now on Elon and the great things that he's doing for the United States.
So it's really mind-blowing that the SpaceX team has been able to catch the largest flying object ever made multiple times.
And this is truly amazing. When I saw this for the first time, and Trump was talking about this, he was on the phone. He was like, I remember watching Trump on TV, and him saying, I was on the phone talking to someone and I put the phone down to watch this incredible rocket come, get caught by these like chopsticks, he called them. This is amazing stuff.
Using a very novel method of catching it out of the air with giant chopsticks.
There you go. I don't know. Has anybody else seen anybody do something like this? I mean, it's just good. More Elon, right? The rest is going to be mostly about Elon and the great things he's done for us. Yes, more Elon. Thank you for the information.
I mean, have you ever seen that before?
I mean, the guy is brilliant. He's just brilliant. Yes, I have a video of the Falcon 9. I have it. It's coming up. It's a very long video. Thank you so much. Thank you for the tip. Thank you. I do have it. It's coming up in a little bit. It's a long video, but we'll watch some of it. But I did get it. Look at that. I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, congrats again. That was an incredible achievement. So the reason we are catching it in this way, which has never been done before, is in order to achieve the rapidly reusable portion of in order to make the rocket rapidly reusable. So if the super heavy booster, which is gigantic, it's like 30 feet in diameter. If it were to land with landing legs on a landing pad, we would then have to pick it up, stow the legs, and put it back in the launch pad. And that's it's quite difficult to transport such a large thing. But if we catch it with the same tower that it's used to put it in the launch mount to begin with, that is the best case outcome for rapid reuse. So it literally gets caught by the same arms that placed it in the launch ring, and then it is placed.
I mean, he's even doing this economically. Like, he's reusing, it's just, it blows my mind.
Back in the launch ring immediately. So in principle, the Super Heavy booster can be reflown within an hour of landing. So it comes back in about 5 or 6 minutes, one way or another, and then it gets caught by the tower arms, placed back in the launch mount, and then you can refill propellant in about 30 to 40 minutes, and place a ship on top of it, and in principle, refly the entire booster every hour, maybe every 2 hours to give it a little bit of extra time. But let's just say it's in the limit of rapid reuse. And then the next thing we need to do is catch the ship too. So we haven't done this yet, but we will.
Wow.
So that's what we hope to demonstrate later this year, maybe as soon as 2 or 3 months from now.
Wow.
And then the ship would be placed on top of the booster, and then again refilled with propellant and flown again. With the ship, it takes a bit longer because it's got to orbit Earth a few times until the ground track comes back over the launch pad. But the ship is also intended to be reflown multiple times per day. This is the new Raptor 3, which is an awesome engine. Big hand to the Raptor team for this. This is very exciting.
Is that what we see separate? I think that's what we see separating. The only thing Trump lands is his fat ass. Thank you. I agree. Thank you so much. Yes, I agree. Oh my God.
So Raptor 3 is designed to require no base heat shield, saving a lot of mass on the bottom and actually improving reliability so that if there is, for example, a small fuel leak from the Raptor engine, it will simply leak into the existing flaming plasma and not really matter. Whereas a fuel leak when the engines are contained in a box is a very scary thing indeed. So this is a Raptor 3. It'll take it probably a few kicks at the can, but it is a massive increase in payload capability, in engine efficiency, and in reliability. So this is really a revolutionary engine. Raptor 3 is really, I'd say, kind of alien technology rocket engine. I mean, even industry experts, when we showed a picture of the Raptor 3, said that engine is not complete. So then we said, well, here's the engine not complete, firing at a level of efficiency that has never been achieved before. So, I mean, that is one clean engine.
Just amazing. He's really brilliant. Guys like Elon, he's just one of a kind.
So in order to make the engine like that, we had to simplify so many parts of the design, incorporate secondary fluid circuits and electronics in the structure of the engine itself. So everything is contained and protected. It is a marvel of engineering, frankly.
And to think this is just one of his companies, one of his franchises, he has so many different companies. His AI, I have videos about Grok, his new Grok 4 coming out. I have some videos to share with you about that. I do have another channel that is an AI channel, and I will be covering some of his new releases of Grok.
Then one of the other technologies that's key for Mars is doing orbital propellant transfer. So you can think of this like similar to aerial refueling for airplanes, but in this case, it's orbital refilling of rockets, which has never been done before. But it is, technically feasible. I always feel like these things are a little NSFW, sort of.
NSFW.
Listen, you got to transfer fluid somehow. This has got to be done. So the two starships would get together, and one starship would transfer fuel and oxygen. And actually, most of the mass is oxygen. It's almost 80% oxygen that gets transferred, a little over 20% fuel. And so once you send a starship to orbit.
See if Trump can explain this. Think Trump could explain anything like this?
With that's full of payload, and then you send a bunch of other starships up, and you would refill the propellant on that starship. And once the propellant tanks are mostly full, then you can depart for Mars or the moon, or So
Mars.
This is an important technology which we should hopefully demonstrate next year. So then with One of the toughest problems to solve is the reusable heat shield.
Yeah, the heat shield.
So no one has ever developed a truly reusable orbital heat shield. So it's extremely difficult to do so. Even the shuttle's heat shield required several months of refurbishment, basically fixing broken tiles, testing each tile, and because it's an extremely hard problem to be able to withstand the extreme heat and pressure of reentry. And the only things that can really withstand this level of heat are advanced sort of ceramics,
Right.
kind of
Imagine a president giving Einstein
basically
shit or not
glass,
funding him.
alumina, some types of carbon, but very little actually can survive the and with reusability without eroding or falling off or cracking, can survive the stresses of reentry.
Trump is stupid.
So this will be the first time that it's done, that a reusable orbital heat shield is developed. And it needs to be obviously
Very
extremely
generous.
reliable. So this will be something that we'll be working on for a few years, I think, to keep honing the.
Trump acts like a little kid. It's like watching, I said this to myself today when I was thinking about coming, being live today. Like, he acts like a child. Like I feel like I'm in high school with, the fighting and the name calling and it's just, it's silly. It is just childish and silly. And, he's the president of the United States. Acting like this is just, I don't know.
The heat shield, it is an achievable thing. So we're not trying to do something that isn't achievable. It is within the realm of physics to get this done. Just an extraordinarily difficult thing to get done. And Mars, the Mars atmosphere is carbon dioxide, which at first may seem better, but actually it ends up being worse because when the CO2 turns into a plasma and you've got.
Listen to him. I mean, just listen to him.
You actually end up with more free oxygen entering on a Mars atmosphere than on Earth atmosphere. So Earth's atmosphere is only around 20% oxygen, and Mars ends up being basically more than double that, maybe triple that, when you consider when the CO2 becomes a plasma and you get carbon and O2. So that wants to oxidize the heat shield, basically burn the heat shield. So that's why we tested very rigorously in a CO2 atmosphere, because it's got to work not just for Earth but also for Mars. And we want to use the same heat shield for Earth that we use for Mars, because there are many other factors with the heat shield, such as making sure the tiles don't crack or fall off or anything like that. So we want to have the same heat shield structure, same material on Earth as on Mars, so we can test it hundreds of times on Earth before going to Mars and be confident that when it goes to Mars, it will work.
Amazing innovation, this guy. It's just amazing. So this next video is actually of the launch of today. It's a long video, so I'm gonna play that at the end. I want to get into Elon's his new innovation for his Tesla car. It's pretty remarkable.
Picture this. While every other automaker is scrambling to catch up to Tesla's 10-year head start in electric vehicles, Elon Musk
Now, this just came out today, so.
dropped a bombshell that could make their competition obsolete overnight. Tesla's latest motor technology breakthrough isn't just an incremental improvement. It's a complete reimagining of electric vehicle efficiency that could extend your driving range by hundreds of miles while slashing manufacturing costs in half.
I mean, this guy is brilliant. He's just brilliant. This video was really, really interesting.
If you think you understand electric motors, prepare to have your mind blown, because what Tesla just revealed changes everything we thought we knew about electric vehicle propulsion. For over a decade, Tesla has been the undisputed king of electric vehicle efficiency. While traditional automakers were still figuring out how to make electric cars that could drive more than 50 miles, Tesla was already perfecting motors that could propel a Model S over 400 miles on a single charge. But efficiency has always been Tesla's obsession, and their latest innovations prove they're nowhere near finished pushing the boundaries of what's possible. The heart of Tesla's efficiency revolution lies in their motor technology evolution. Most people think all electric motors are basically the same. Just spin some magnets near some copper wire and voila, you've got motion. But the reality is far more complex. And Tesla's approach has always been fundamentally different from everyone else in the industry. Traditional automakers typically use permanent magnet synchronous motors, which rely heavily on rare earth elements like,
which I never knew. Did you guys know that? I had no idea I had no idea.
Neodymium and dysprosium. These materials are expensive, environmentally problematic to mine, and subject to supply chain disruptions since most of them come from a handful of countries.
Right.
Tesla initially took a different path with their Model S and Model X using induction motors that contained no rare earth elements at all.
Insane.
Induction motors work by creating a rotating magnetic field in the stator that induces currents in the rotor, causing it to spin. The beauty of this design is its simplicity and durability. There are no permanent magnets to demagnetize at high temperatures, and the motors can handle extreme conditions without degradation.
I know at one time when they first started coming out, he had issues with that, but he's definitely come a long way since then, so.
However, induction motors are typically less efficient than permanent magnet motors, especially at lower speeds and partial loads. When Tesla introduced the Model 3, they made a strategic shift to permanently excited synchronous reluctance motors, also known as permanent magnet motors. This wasn't just about following industry trends. It was a calculated decision based on efficiency optimization for their specific use case. The Model 3's mission was to be Tesla's mass market vehicle, which meant maximizing efficiency was crucial for both range and cost considerations. But here's where Tesla's engineering brilliance really shines through. Along with the new motor design, Tesla incorporated silicon carbide power electronics and improved lubrication, cooling, bearings, and gear design. This holistic approach...
Now, any of you car people out there that know all this engine stuff, this is probably interesting for you. I'm not really... don't know a lot about engines and cars, but I found this... I found it interesting. Just the innovation that he has and the thought, and just it's just amazing how his mind works.
The entire powertrain system allowed them to achieve remarkable efficiency gains that went far beyond what the motor improvements alone could deliver. Silicon carbide represents one of the most significant technological leaps in power electronics. Traditional silicon-based inverters and power controllers...
Now, I know one of my watchers out there is extremely smart with this stuff because he's on the channel a lot and he knows a lot about this stuff.
...have limitations in terms of switching speed, efficiency, and heat generation. Silicon carbide operates at much higher voltages with significantly lower losses, meaning more of the battery's energy actually reaches the wheels instead of being lost as heat. The impact of these improvements is staggering. Tesla turned a 4% motor efficiency improvement into a 10% range increase. This might seem like magic, but it demonstrates how interconnected all the systems in an electric vehicle really are. When you improve motor efficiency, you reduce heat generation, which reduces the load on cooling systems, which saves more energy for propulsion. When you improve inverter efficiency, you reduce electrical losses throughout the entire power conversion process. Tesla's latest breakthrough goes even further. Tesla announced they will create a permanent magnet electric vehicle motor with 0 rare earth elements. This represents a fundamental shift that could revolutionize the entire electric vehicle industry. By eliminating rare earth elements, Tesla can reduce costs, improve supply chain security, and minimize environmental impact while maintaining...
What would Trump do without that? What would he do? What would he do? I mean, just the innovation of this Tesla is just amazing.
Or even improving performance. The key to this breakthrough lies in advanced materials science and manufacturing techniques. Tesla has developed permanent magnet motors with carbon wrapping, which allows them to achieve the magnetic properties they need without relying on traditional rare earth magnets.
I would love to go to a Tesla plant and do a tour. Do they do that? I wonder. Has anybody been through a tour through a Tesla plant? I'd love to see it.
Carbon fiber wrapping provides exceptional strength and allows the rotor to spin at incredibly high speeds without failing, which is crucial for the high-performance applications Tesla demands. This carbon-wrapped motor technology first appeared in the Model S Plaid, where it enables the vehicle to achieve ludicrous acceleration figures while maintaining efficiency. The carbon fiber reinforcement allows the rotor to withstand the tremendous centrifugal forces generated at high RPMs, enabling power densities that would be impossible with conventional construction techniques.
So it's super fast.
But the real game changer is Tesla's next-generation powertrain architecture. The company's next drive unit will have 75% less silicon carbide, will be compatible with any battery chemistry, and will feature a 50% reduction in factory footprint. This represents a complete reimagining of electric vehicle manufacturing that addresses cost, flexibility, and scalability simultaneously. Reducing silicon carbide usage by 75% might seem counterintuitive given how much Tesla has promoted this technology, but it actually demonstrates their engineering sophistication.
They are really at the edge of innovation. This next video I have is of Elon's new driverless taxi.
A major step forward for self-driving taxis. Tesla has rolled out its robo-taxis.
Tesla's first robo-taxis are officially on the road.
First Tesla robo-taxi ride.
Super cool, I think. You know, some of these people that they interview, you don't have to deal with, you know, listening to someone's music in an Uber or, you know, if the driver's an asshole or whatever. You don't have to deal with that. So it's
Elon Musk's
funny.
company launching its long-awaited self-driving taxi service in Austin, Texas, offering rides to a select group. The cost, a flat rate of $4.20 per.
It's funny, I was listening to Rogan, and he was actually talking about this. He took one, him and his buddies took a driverless taxi, and he was talking about it on the show, and he said it was a good experience.
Ride.
There's no driver, there's no like ghost person up there.
While they're technically driverless, each car still has a safety monitor, a Tesla employee riding in the passenger seat. For now, the service is limited to a handful of cars in a small area of the city, but Musk has big ambitions, not just for robo-taxis, but for every Tesla.
By the end of next year, we'll have hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million Teslas doing self-driving in the U.S.
Tesla calling this a precursor to the Cybercab, which the company says will go into production next year.
You'll be able to take a ride in the Cybercab. There's no steering wheel or pedals.
Driving development of the self-driving software, artificial intelligence, trained by consuming data from millions of Teslas on the road.
It's like living millions of lives simultaneously and seeing very unusual situations that a person in their entire lifetime would not see.
Musk says the Cybercab and other Teslas could one day be rented out by their owners to make extra money. Tesla taking a first step into a space where other companies are already well.
I don't know, would you guys try it? Would you try a driverless taxi? Would you? I think I would try it.
Ahead.
I'd have that.
Waymo currently handles 250,000 paid rides a week across multiple cities.
Yeah, Waymo's getting a lot of business and attention.
And at least 3 other companies are now testing autonomous vehicles. Amazon's autonomous vehicle company Zoox just opened a factory in the San Francisco Bay Area with plans to test its vehicle in Las Vegas this year.
Driverless taxis face different regulations. Some states require special permits and human monitoring. A major step forward.
Let's get into his new Tesla factory.
Elon Musk just dropped a massive announcement, and it could change everything for Tesla's future. A brand new $200 million Tesla mega factory is coming to Texas. This could be the secret weapon behind the long-awaited 2026 Tesla Model 2, the affordable EV millions have been waiting for. But why Texas? Why now? And how is this new factory set to revolutionize the way Tesla builds electric cars, slashing costs, speeding up production, and possibly putting gas-powered vehicles out of business for good?
Trump wouldn't like that, I don't think.
This video will break down exactly how this third Texas megafactory is designed to supercharge the launch of the Model 2, why Elon Musk is calling it a turning point for Tesla, and what this means for everyday drivers around the world. You're watching West Tech, where we uncover the real story behind the biggest tech moves. Hit that subscribe button to help us reach 95,579 subscribers, and tap the notification bell so you never miss what mainstream media won't tell you. What if the secret to Tesla's $11,000 car isn't a car factory, but a massive battery plant? All right,
That's what this is, I think. It's a huge battery plant. From what I watched earlier, it's incredible.
The big picture. Elon Musk is building something massive down in Brookshire, Texas. That's just west of Houston.
And the jobs he'll create, I hope.
Tesla is taking over a 1.03 million square foot warehouse.
Although he has his robots, so maybe that's what he plans on doing.
This is a $200 million project focused entirely on energy, not cars this time. Now, why is that important? Because this new site will crank out Tesla's grid-scale battery systems, the Megapacks, at a scale we haven't seen before. Reconstruction has already started in March 2025, and production would be rolling by late 2025 or early 2026. That lines up perfectly with the expected launch of the Tesla Model 2. In March 2025, Tesla began pre-clearing the site by removing freight equipment and over 200 doors to prepare for factory upgrades. Electrical and building permits were secured quickly between March and April. From April to July, interior retrofits included floor reinforcement and installing semi-automated production lines. Meanwhile, major power upgrades by CenterPoint Energy and temporary generators are set for April through September to support the factory's huge energy needs. Equipment installation and software testing would run from July to September, aiming for trial production by late summer 2025.
So basically, it's going to be a massive plant there. It looks enormous. Want to get into, because we're running out of time here, I want to get into his other business, Twitter. So this video is a little bit further back. He was being interviewed by Tucker Carlson, and they were talking about Twitter. So let's look at.
So how do you run the company with only 20% of the staff?
So they're talking about Twitter when he first, I think when he first bought it.
Turns out you don't need that many people to run Twitter.
But 80%? That's a lot.
Yes. If you're not trying to run some sort of glorified activist organization and you don't care that much about censorship, then you can really let go of a lot of people, it turns out.
And look at what he did for X. I mean, he did really good things.
So how do you run the company with only 20% of the staff?
Turns out you don't need that many people to run Twitter.
But 80%? That's a lot.
Yes. If you're not trying to run some sort of glorified activist organization and you don't care that much about censorship, then you can really let go of a lot of people, it turns out.
The reaction of Tucker is just is funny. Okay, so more Elon, and this is truly astonishing, this next video of what Elon is involved in.
In a new update, Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink has revealed the future of human vision. They call it blind sight, and while the idea might resemble something from the fictional world of Star Trek, Neuralink is working hard to bring this technology into real life, and it's happening right now. The company's latest update was broadcast from inside their surgical robot workshop. These are machines that have spent the past year implanting computer chips into real human brains.
This is amazing. I've seen some cases, I've seen some videos, and just how he's helping people with brain injuries, and just, it's truly amazing.
Neuralink now has 7 human patients living with the implant, 4 with spinal cord injuries, 3 with ALS. All of them are using the Link device independently from home.
Amazing.
Some are logging more than 100 hours a week, with an average usage of about 50 hours. These aren't test sessions, they are real-world hours, and they are scaling fast. And for the first time, we have a roadmap for what Neuralink plans to accomplish with these human trials. By the end of this year, Neuralink implants will move from the motor control region of the brain to implants that target the speech cortex. This would hopefully allow Neuralink to decode words directly from thoughts in real time. That means instead of using Neuralink to control a keyboard to type things out, they simply go straight from brain to text or AI-assisted computer voice. This will be interesting to see how it plays out, because it's one of the few things that Neuralink can't test with a monkey. They don't have language, so it's going straight to human trials. This is also where the capabilities of Neuralink start to draw some legitimate concern, because at this point, on some level, the computer can essentially read your thoughts.
We can't lose Elon. We just can't. We just can't lose Elon.
It's pretty freaky. But that's just the warm-up. In 2026, the first blindsight patient receives visual input directly to the brain using 3,000 electrodes and no working eyes required. This is something that Neuralink has already been testing on monkeys for years, and they feel very confident that it's ready for the first human subject. Then in 2027, Neuralink takes it up a notch by adding support for multiple implants in one person, including speech, vision, and motor implants, all working together and pushing the brain-computer connection to 10,000 channels. And then just 1 year later...
Yes, so yes, I live in the Mojave, and thank you for that. Thank you so much. You're very generous. And yes, we can see the SpaceX launch when they launched from California. And there is a video of it on my channel. It's amazing. The shot, the view, you could see everything. I mean, it was just incredible. So if you're interested in that, go check out that video on my channel. We got some really good shots. I have, my husband is just amazing at filming, and he got this just amazing whole launch pretty much, and you can see that on my channel. So did you check it out? You must have, because you're chatting about it. So yeah, go check it out. It's really interesting. It's a great video. And any launch that he does from California, we can see in the Mojave. We have a great spot out there for pretty much everything. It's beautiful out there. The sky at night is gorgeous, and it's really a great spot to live in. So, but yes, I do have a video if you wanted to go check that out of the launch. I do have a video tonight that I was going to share of the launch that happened, but that one was in Florida. But I seem to have too many videos to cover tonight. So I don't know if I'll get to that yet, but go check out that video. It's such a cool video.
Later in 2028, they are aiming to connect over 25,000 electrodes, allowing for full brain access and making the first step toward direct AI integration with the human body and mind. So that's a lot of crazy stuff to accomplish in just 3 years, and some of this is pretty wild.
Check out the video.
But the standout of the list has to be blindsight. Not only because we're talking about literally curing blindness or straight up providing vision to people who don't have eyes, this is all set to begin just a few months from now. So here's what that looks like. Blindsight requires two new pieces of hardware. The first is a pair of camera-equipped glasses, essentially the same thing that we've already seen in those Meta Ray-Bans. So users won't actually look like Commander Geordi LaForge from Star Trek, which is probably better for them. The whole point of this is to help people with disabilities live a normal life, not look like a space alien. Those camera glasses connect wirelessly with a smartphone, which is going to translate the digital image into input signals, which then get sent via Bluetooth into the Neuralink implant.
That's crazy. Just crazy. It's just amazing.
This is a new chip. Neuralink calls it S2, designed for stimulation of the brain. Every other Neuralink that has been implanted in a human has been an output device. It reads the electrical signals from the brain and sends that information to a computer.
yeah.
The S2 will take computer information and convert it into electrical signals that get delivered into the brain tissue, essentially thousands of microelectric shocks that stimulate the neurons into action. To accomplish this, S2 is bigger and more powerful than the standard N1 implant. It
sounds like kind of an AI, right? Like he's just so amazing. The innovation that he has is just ridiculous. The next video I wanted to show you is of his Grok 3.5 paired with Gemini. Now, I believe he has this on X. Again, Joe Rogan had Elon Musk on, and they were asking this Grok, and she's pretty, I'll just get into the video.
Okay, you glutton for punishment. You're uglier than a baboon's ass, and your personality's so shitty it makes a porta potty smell like a rose garden. You couldn't find your own dick with a map and a flashlight, and your mom regrets the day she did.
So on Rogan, they were asking this AI a bunch of different things, and this is how she answers. This is how it was programmed.
Swallow. How's that for vulgar? Still standing, or should I keep shredding? Jesus, you're relentless. Your face looks like someone tried to put out a forest fire with a shovel, and your brain's so small, it's a wonder you can even breathe without a manual. You smell like a dumpster behind a fish market, and your existence is proof that evolution can take a wrong turn. Still want more, or are you finally tapping out?
So that's one of his, that's actually Grok 3.5 with Gemini. They paired them both, so that was pretty interesting. But his new Grok 4.0 is coming out, and here's a video.
Today, I'm going to show you Elon Musk's brand new Grok 4 AI that's about to change.
So the guy that's talking now is actually an avatar, which I thought was really interesting. It's kind of really cool.
Everything. This thing is absolutely insane. It's coming out right after July 4th, and it's...
So July 4th is, Friday, so Grok will be coming out with 4.0.
Going to be free. I'm talking about coding features that will blow your mind. Built-in code editor, real-time everything, and it's designed to crush ChatGPT.
I actually do have Grok. I installed it on my desktop, and I believe it's the 3.5 version, which they're pulling and they're replacing with the 4.0. So, but I love Grok. I use it all the time. I have a few different AIs that I use. ChatGPT, which is shitty right now, I think. Not really crazy about it. And then I have Gemini, which I like. And then I have Grok. And then I have Anthropic, which I like. But I'm dying to see this 4.0, this Grok 4.0.
This is huge. This is revolutionary. And you need to see this right now. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency.
All right, let's forward through some of this here. Let's go to this here.
But before I get into this, Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know what you think about this. Now here's what happened. 2 days ago, Elon posted on X. He said his team has been grinding all night, working on Grok, making huge progress. And then he dropped this bomb. The next version isn't going to be Grok 3.5 like everyone thought. It's going straight to Grok 4,
3.0,
and it's coming right after July 4th. But here's the crazy part. This isn't just another AI update. This thing is built to destroy the competition. I'm talking about ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all.
So those are the three I have the Chat, the Claude, the Opus, and then the Gemini. So, and then I have Grok.
Of them, and the best part, it's going to be free. Now let me tell you why this matters.
Now I have to pay for Anthropic, which is the Claude Opus 4, and I have to pay for ChatGPT. So Grok is going to be free, which is awesome.
Because most people have no idea what's coming. They think AI is just chatbots. They think it's just answering questions. But Grok 4 is something completely different. First, let's talk about the code.
Oh, I'm sure. If Elon's creating it, I'm sure it's going to be one of the most amazing things.
Coding features, because this is where things get insane. Elon said they need one more big run for a specialized coding model. What does that mean? It means Grok 4 is getting a coding brain that's built from the ground up. But wait, there's more. They're building a native code editor right into Grok. Think VS Code, but powered by AI. You can write code, debug code, run code, all inside Grok. You can literally talk to it and ask it to modify your code or debug problems. It's like having a coding expert sitting right next to you 24/7. And here's something nobody's talking about.
Yes.
The timing. Why
we need
July
to stop
4th?
paying.
Because Elon knows everyone's going to be online. Everyone's going to be looking for something new. And he's going to drop the most powerful AI the world has ever seen.
For chat.
But let me tell you what's really happening behind the scenes. Because this isn't just about coding. Elon is mad, really mad, at the current state of AI. He said Grok was parroting legacy media, giving wrong answers, and he's had enough.
Cancel it.
So what did he do? He's completely rewriting the entire corpus of human knowledge that Grok uses.
Coming out.
Think about that for a second. He's literally cleaning up all the garbage data.
So I will cancel ChatGPT and use Grok because I use Grok right now. I really like it. I don't have to wait for, it's Friday anyway when Grok 4.0 comes out. And by the sounds of it, it's going to be the most amazing AI out there. And I probably will cancel the Anthropic too, the Claude Opus 4, because Grok will be able to do everything. So, and it's free. So go get it.
That makes AI give bad answers.
Download it.
He's removing fake news, removing bias, removing all the junk that makes it.
See, that's another thing I read about his previous versions of AI is that there was so much shit that was in X, and the AI wasn't picking up, the true information, and so he had to stop it and then reinvent and correct it. And this will be Grok 4.
AI stupid and replacing it with real accurate information. This is huge. Because every other AI is built on messy data, bad data, biased data.
Right.
But Grok 4 is being built on clean, accurate, real information. And here's where it gets even better.
Because ChatGPT is so shitty. It's so stupid. It's irritating sometimes. Sometimes I say, what the hell is wrong with you? I know more, it's not good. It pisses me off sometimes. So this is good news.
Grok 4 is being trained on xAI's Colossus supercomputer. This thing has over 200,000 GPUs. That's more computing power than most countries have. Grok 3 was already trained with 10 times more computing power than its predecessor. And Grok 4 is getting even more. This thing is going to be a monster. But let's talk about what this means for regular people, because this isn't just for tech nerds. Remember when ChatGPT came out and everyone lost their minds? Well, Grok 4 is going to make ChatGPT look like a toy. Here's why. ChatGPT can't access real-time information easily. It can't see what's happening right now on social media. It can't understand current events as they happen. But
Good
Grok
for
4
Elon.
is built into X. It knows everything happening right now, every tweet, every trend.
That's the great thing about Grok 4 is it's linked to X in real time.
Every breaking news story in real time. So when you ask it a question about what's happening today, it doesn't give you old information. It gives you what's happening.
Right. It doesn't forget. You'll ask ChatGPT, hey, can you do this for me? And then, 2 minutes later or whatever, you'll say, and can you add this? And it'll be like, add it to what? It doesn't remember.
Right now. And the reasoning capabilities, insane. They're calling it first principle reasoning. Instead of just pattern matching like other AIs, Grok 4 actually thinks through problems from the ground up. What does that mean? It means better answers, more accurate answers, answers that actually make sense. But here's what most people don't understand. This isn't just about having a better chatbot. This is about having a tool that can actually help you make money. Think about it. If you're running a business, you need accurate information fast. You need to know what's trending, what people are talking about, what problems they have. With Grok 4, you can get all of that in real time and then use that information to create content, build products.
I'm really looking forward to Grok 4. It's definitely, it will help absolutely for creators and YouTubers, and it's definitely a good
find opportunities. And if you're into coding, game over. You're going to have the most powerful coding assistant ever built right in your browser for free. But wait, I said free. Let me explain that, because it's not completely free forever. Right now, Grok 3 is free until their servers melt. That's literally what Elon said. And Grok 4 will likely follow the same pattern. But even when it's not free, it's going to be way more affordable than you think.
Right.
Because it comes with your X Premium subscription, which is already cheaper than most AI tools. And here's something crazy. X just doubled their Premium Plus price because Grok 3 was so popular. They went from $22 a month to $40 a month. Why? Because people are willing to pay for this level of AI. But even at $40, that's still cheaper than most professional AI tools. And you get access to the most powerful AI on the planet. Now, let me tell you why this is different from everything else out there. First, the speed.
Who is going to go out? I hope you all go out and get Grok 4 and just do away with everything else, because I'm paying a fortune for ChatGPT. I'm paying a fortune for Anthropic Claude Opus 4. It's just Gemini. I mean, it's just a fortune, and you can get it all right there, linked to your X in your subscription. I mean, it's great.
Other AIs are slow. You ask a question and wait. But Grok 4 is built for speed. Real-time responses, no waiting around. Second, the accuracy. Other AIs hallucinate, they make stuff up. But Grok 4 is trained on clean data. It's designed to tell the truth, even when that truth is politically incorrect. Third, the integration. Other AIs exist in isolation, but Grok 4 is built into the biggest social media platform in the world. It understands context. It understands what people actually care about. And fourth, the personality. Other AIs are boring, corporate, fake nice, but Grok has humor.
As you can see, I played that video. I just played the video for you before this one, and there was a lot of humor in that video of Elon Musk's Grok.
It has attitude. It actually feels like talking to a real person. But here's what really matters. The competitive advantage. While everyone else is still trying to figure out ChatGPT, you're going to have access to something 10 times more powerful, something that can actually help you build a business, make money, get ahead. And the coding features, they're going to be insane. Imagine having a coding partner that never gets tired, never makes mistakes, never judges you for asking basic questions. You can literally describe what you want to build, and it will write the code for you, then test it, debug it, improve it, all automatically. This is going to democratize coding. People who couldn't code before will be able to build apps, websites, tools, whatever they want. And for people who already code, you're going to be 10 times fast.
So I do a little VBA coding, and I love doing that coding. That's a lot of fun. But I'm sure, if you have a little bit of experience coding, even if it's VBA, I'm sure this is going to be not difficult to use.
10 times more productive, because you'll have an AI that actually understands code at a deep level. But let me tell you about the timing again, because this is crucial. GPT-5 is coming soon. Google is working on new models. Everyone's racing to build the best AI. But Elon isn't just building a better AI. He's building a completely different kind of AI. One that's connected to real-time information. One that's trained on clean data. One that's designed to actually help people instead of just sounding impressive. And he's doing it faster than anyone thought possible. XAI was only founded in 2023, and they're already competing with companies that have been doing this for 10 years. How? Because they're not held back by corporate politics. They're not worried about being politically
Because he's got the money.
correct. They're just focused on building the best AI possible, and the results speak for themselves.
So that is Grok 4 that will be coming out July 4th, which is Friday. I wanted to get into this last video because it is of the launch and it's pretty cool. And I wish it was from California because we could have seen it from our house. But let's check it out. Let's see. And this was today, Florida. There you go, further into the video because it's a pretty long video. So let's get, there we go. So we're playing, there we go. So this is at Cape Canaveral, their launch today of Starlink SpaceX. It was successful. I'll probably forward it to the actual, when we get to the takeoff. Let me forward it a little bit here. Okay, here we go. 22, 21, 20, 19.
15 seconds.
I love watching these things, especially from my house.
10, 9, 8,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and lift off. Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
Vehicles pitching down range.
Pretty cool.
Falcon 9 power and telemetry are nominal.
So that's exactly what we see from our house. In the
Falcon 9
Mojave.
is supersonic.
We get to see all of this and check out the video on my channel. It's so cool.
Max Q.
It's like a zigzag. It's just really cool.
And back chill has started.
So that was today's launch at Cape Canaveral, and yay, Elon, happy for you. I know the last launch was not so good, but most of them are amazing. So can't wait for your next one in California so that we can see it. So that's it for tonight's live show. I will be back again. I will probably be scheduling something over the weekend. I know it's a holiday weekend this weekend, so I hope to get something on this weekend and talk to you guys again soon. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Trillions of dollars worth of fraud. And when that was found, we were promised as Americans, each American would get $5,000. Well, where is that $5,000? None of us have received $5,000. Have you received the $5,000? I know I have not received $5,000. Instead, we've got this big, beautiful bullshit bill. And I understand why Elon is upset about that. So I just wanted to give that short reply on those comments that I really did vote and support the draining of the swamp and for Doge. Trump took the credit for calling the New York Times with this information about Elon. So I thought that was pretty dirty. I didn't think that was cool at all. I know Elon has done his things it's gone back and forth between both of them, honestly. But this was a dirty move, I thought. And so Elon did respond to this article about the drug use, and he did post on X his drug test results. Here is Elon's drug test that he posted on X, which looks to me very clean. And he denies 100% that there is any drug use at all. And this looks like a pretty legit drug test result. So someone in the chat is, yeah, where's our money? All I get are $9 eggs, which is, they're actually $11.99. Grocery prices are through the roof. Mac and cheese is a luxury, and that is the truth right now. That is the state of our country right now. I paid $11.99 for eggs, so where you're getting them for $9, let me know, because it's just the price of food right now is ridiculously high, and every week I go shopping, it goes higher and higher and higher. So it's that I originally voted for and draining the swamp. That's what we all voted for. And you're upset too and pissed. Yes, I agree. See, I would be too. And Elon is definitely pissed. And even Michael says Elon's pissed. He should be. It's not right. We did not vote for this. We voted for draining the swamp and Doge. Government it's not fair. It's not right. And I think that we all voted that Donald Trump would clean up the government, drain the swamp. He created Doge. Elon ran Doge. Elon brought in his team. He did a great job. He exposed billions of dollars. And we were supposed to reap those benefits. All of us Americans were supposed to reap those benefits. And none of us have. Instead, we are going to now owe a lot more money. So that's not what we voted for. And that's the other disturbing thing. He's weaponizing the government against Elon. The very thing that happened to Trump, which he said he was going to stop, he is doing. It's just the hypocrisy of this man is out of control. And I feel fooled. I believed he did such a great job in his first term that I really believed that he was going to do everything he said. And where are the arrests? There hasn't been one arrest made. We have Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, and they've done nothing. They've done nothing to arrest the people that committed the fraud in the government. It's insane. Can someone comment to let me know if you think Elon was high all the time running Doge and all the other things that he was doing? There you go. That's the weaponization of the government. The thing that Trump said he would stop. The thing that was happening to him. So I got a great comment. That was Woof and Snort, whoever you are, that was, if high equals everyone gets 5,000 from Doge, then I don't know. That was good. I agree. Honestly, don't think he's high or does drugs. I just think that's the demeanor that Elon's, what you see is what you get. It's not that he's high on drugs. He's just smart and anxious. And I think Trump's high on drugs. I think Trump is high on drugs. His eye on control, and he believes he's above the law. And that's exactly what I don't like about it. I agree with you, Chris, 100%. I think that is definitely a true statement about Trump. And what you see is what you get with Elon. I was watching a video the other day of Elon explaining this new innovation that he's doing with SpaceX. And he's not the most fluent speaker, neither am I, but you know, he's such a genius, and he's just above and beyond. Like I said, there's only men like this that come across the world every once in a while. And that's why I kind of thought of Einstein when I was thinking about this. He compares, he's a genius. So in that video, Elon is creating a new version of Tesla, and it is supposed to be the best of the best, and it's going to save on all those things that we need savings on. That video is in my last live broadcast. Go check it out. It's really interesting on what he's developing. And that plant is actually being built right now in Texas. He really does truly care about the United States, and he's trying to improve on everything for the good of the United States. And Chris says, and he screwed them over. It's sad he took advantage of these people, and my heart goes out to them. Yes, I agree with you. I do. He totally took advantage. And that's why I feel like Elon feels like he's been betrayed pretty much. And I mean, how would you feel? I'm sure you'd feel this. Vindictive. It's a vindictive move, and that's not what we want. We don't want a vindictive type of person running our government. We want a strong leader. We want someone who is forceful and strong, but not vindictive against his own people. Yes, I heard Big Balls took his Doge toys and went home last week. Did you hear this? Yes, I actually reported on that on my live stream yesterday. When did I do that live stream? I think it was Wednesday night. So Big Balls took his shit and left the White House. I mean, he just walked out. And that was Elon's guy. Elon brought Big Balls in there. So I'm sure Big Balls had good enough reason to take his shit and get the hell out of the White House. So Chris, I'm going to try to be on daily, probably like a 5 to 7 type of thing, Monday through Thursday. So with some Elon updates and some good stuff. So I hope you can join in again. There's extramarital affairs. It was threatening its own engineers because they were going to take it offline. So Claude Opus 4 is a little cuckoo in my mind. Hopefully they corrected that, but I did have it. I didn't use it much. I do use Grok. I had Grok 3.5, but they took that offline to come out with Grok 4.0. So I'm dying for this to come out.
And turned it into X. When he says he's building the best AI in the world, he means it.
Yeah.
And he has the resources to do it. 200,000 GPUs, the best engineers in the world, unlimited funding, and the motivation to prove everyone wrong. Plus, we can already see the results with Grok 3. It's not just hype, it's real, it's working, and it's beating the competition. But for now, focus on July 4th, because that's when everything changes. Grok 4 is going to launch, the coding features are going to blow everyone's minds, and the people who are ready are going to have a massive advantage. So mark your calendar, and remember, this is just the beginning. AI is moving fast, really fast, and the people who stay ahead of the curve are the ones who are going to win.
Yeah, I guess they came out with the jobs report. I believe I saw something on Thursday. Yeah, what's today? Saturday. So I think it was Thursday. And oh God, it was such a great report. And the numbers are amazing. And unemployment's this and that. And we're doing it. Chris, you're right on the spot. Right on the spot. Unemployment is like 24%, right? And he was not supposed to be that. I did not vote for that. That's not what I voted for. He did not run on that. I think a lot of us feel betrayed. Gig jobs are not employment. That's right. So any type of side job you have, side gig you have is not considered, but they are considering it. An Uber or whatever it is, even this, it is not considered a job, but they are considering it when they're doing the numbers, it sounds like. This chat, it's so funny. I want my 5K. I voted for 5K. I got dick. The government is like a big, orange man bad. They're all bullshit, every single one of them. Yeah, I'm not laughing. I know it's not right. I know Wolf and Snort, it's not right. They promised us that Elon was, if it wasn't for him, I don't even know if they would, Chris, I don't even know if they would have found what they found. Elon found that. He found the corruption, and it's disgusting. It is disgusting. And yes, we all want our $5,000. I mean, that story, that $5,000 story went away like that. I mean, it was gone. He's saying we're not going to let anything bad happen to DC. That was said about Los Angeles, and it turned out to be a friggin' disaster. I don't know if anybody has been through LA, but I happen to live in this shitty state of California. LA is a dumping ground. It looks like a third world country. It's very sad. And to be honest, a lot of cities are turning out this way. So what is he going to do for DC? Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today's live broadcast. And I wanted to say thank you for watching my last video and commenting. There were a lot of comments on that last video. And I just wanted to make a general reply on that video, just a general response to the comments. So I voted for draining the swamp, and I voted for Doge. And when Trump brought Elon on, appointed him to run Doge, I knew that Elon could definitely get the job done. And he did. He exposed and found billions of dollars worth of fraud, trillions of dollars worth of fraud. And when that was found, we were promised as Americans, each American would get $5,000. Well, where is that $5,000? None of us have received $5,000. Have you received the $5,000? I know I have not received $5,000. Instead, we've got this big, beautiful bullshit bill. And I understand why Elon is upset about that. So I just wanted to give that short reply on those comments that I really did vote and support the draining of the swamp and for Doge. And Elon is Doge. So I just wanted to get that out there. And again, I appreciate everyone's comments, and I appreciate everyone's views on that video. Having said that, let's get into today's topic, which is about Elon and Einstein. So I did some digging, and, they're both considered geniuses. Einstein was considered a genius in his time, and Elon is definitely a genius in our time. He is just a mastermind of innovation. And in my last video, or my last live broadcast, I did present many videos of Elon's accomplishments and all his companies that he has here in the United States that is making the United States billions of dollars. So we know that Elon is just amazing. And he does have so many new things coming out, like Grok 4 is going to be released today. He has his taxis. He's the automatic run taxis that he's, rolling out. He actually has them rolled out. In my last live broadcast, I did talk about it. SpaceX is, we just can't say enough about that. And speaking of that, I actually have a video of Trump talking about the passing of this big bullshit bill that I call it. And this is what he had to say. Let's see if I can get that video here.
We're off to the United States now. Donald Trump, he's about to move, but he's speaking. This following the success of his big, beautiful bill. Let's listen in.
And perhaps a lot of you are going with us. How are you? And we have a very big crowd, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're sort of celebrating like the biggest bill of its kind ever signed. And it's going to make this country into a rocket ship. It's going to.
Now, he can't make this country into a rocket ship without Elon, and that's my view on that. So that I just found funny when he was talking about the big, beautiful bill that just passed, and he mentioned a rocket ship because he is threatening to deport Elon Musk, and he is making all kinds of threats towards Elon Musk. So I found that interesting that he mentioned rocket ship because he couldn't do it without Elon. The next thing I actually found was an interesting story about how Trump took credit. Now, this story just broke yesterday. Trump took credit for the story about Elon Musk's drug addiction, I guess. And this story here talks about how he called the Wall Street Journal, or the New York Times, and bragged to the New York Times, sorry about that, I have some notes that I'm following, that he was the one who told them about Elon Musk's drug use. So he took credit for that, and this is an article that I found yesterday that Trump took the credit for calling the New York Times with this information about Elon. So I thought that was pretty dirty. I didn't think that was cool at all. I know Elon has done, his things with, it's gone back and forth between both of them, honestly. But this was a dirty move, I thought. And so Elon did respond to this article about the drug use, and he did post on X his drug test results. So when this broke, Elon did post his drug test, and let's look at that really quick.
They're off to the United States.
Sorry, wrong video. So here is Elon's drug test that he posted on X, which looks to me very clean. And he denies 100% that there is any, drug use at all. And this looks like a pretty legit drug test result. So he did reply to that, and he did post that this drug test on X. So I know this feud between the both of them is really not, it's not good. It's not good for the country. It's not good for, our president to be acting like this, honestly. And I can see why Elon is pissed about this bill. It's not about the EV mandate. It's not about that. It's about government spending. Because now we're all going to be adding, we're going to be paying that deficit, that we're going to be paying an extra $5,000 each. Instead of getting the $5,000 back, we're going to be paying $5,000 more in inflation. So and Elon's, that's exactly why he's mad. It has nothing to do with the EV mandate. So that is why Elon is pretty pissed about the bill. The bill was supposed to be about cutting government spending and, finding fraud and acting on, arresting people that committed the fraud, and none of this was done. So when the initial falling out, I guess you would say, in June happened, Elon was really not happy, because that's when he found out about Trump's bill. So I have another video actually that talks about this bill with Elon, and let's see if we can get to that.
Do you think Elon is crazy? I think he's crazy. I mean, all of these ones, he asks a question and then you respond, yes, of course. I think he's crazy. You agree with me. So he will now use everything to paint Elon as the bad guy.
So I found this video yesterday, because this actually came out yesterday also. And it discusses, Trump and Elon's kind of feud. And let's actually hear what they have to say.
I'm Joanna Coles, Chief Content Officer of the Daily Beast, and you are lying in the bath to walking your dog to ironing your clothes to or possibly cooking scrambled eggs to the Daily Beast podcast. I am here with none other than Michael Wolff today, and we are recording this on the morning after the Senate approved the big, beautiful bill and sent it back to the House of Representatives for their comments, all to be done before the July the 4th holiday. So we have no time to waste. And of course, Michael's favorite person is back in the ring with Donald Trump. All right, Michael Wolff is in the house. I am so excited. I'm also a little overwhelmed because we haven't spoken for, I want to say, 6.
So Michael Wolff is a journalist that is connected with the White House. So this is his kind of coverage on what has taken place between Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
6 days, since which the world has turned. We've gone in and out of the beautiful bill, and they're back. Your favorite person is back. Say those 2 words to me.
3 words. Elon is back.
Elon is back. Elon. I thought you were going to elide them and just say Elon's back or he's back.
I should have. Good editing.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So,
but let's remind everybody, because we have to. Although this happened just days ago,
right?
It's necessary to remind, I think, everybody that Elon just recently was a whipped dog. Trump had cast him out. And Elon seemed to have been groveling back. Elon seemed to be saying, yeah.
So I think that's another thing. I don't think Elon was groveling back, but it was really unfair to be cast out like that by Donald Trump. Elon is Doge, right? So, yeah, I disagree with that comment, but.
I get it. This is Trump and you can't go against it.
Right, and he regretted the emails that he sent. He deleted the one about Epstein, which was the triggering email to the White House. But as you've said, and I'm going to edit, he's back.
No, and I think he's back in a really threatening way.
Oh my goodness, do tell.
Well, I mean, he is saying, I'm going to start a third party, and the media response seems to be, well, it's very hard to start a third party. That's not the point. The point is that in both the House and the Senate, Trump's majorities are incredibly precarious.
So it would be probably.
Do you think Elon is crazy? I think he's crazy. I mean, all of these ones, he asks a question and then you respond, yes, of course. I think he's crazy. You agree with me. So he will now use everything to paint Elon as the bad.
All right, Michael Wolff is in the house. I am so excited. I'm also a little overwhelmed because we haven't spoken for, I want to say, 6 days.
Sorry, guys, I had to restart that video. So let's just forward to the part where.
To me.
3 words. Elon is back.
Elon is back. Elon. I thought you were going to elide them and just say Elon's back or he's back.
I should have. Good editing.
You could. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So.
But let's remind everybody, because we have to. Although this happened just days ago,
right?
It's necessary to remind, I think, everybody that Elon just recently was a whipped dog.
So it was unfair what happened to Elon. I don't think that was fair at all. But Elon gave his opinion about that bill, and Trump obviously didn't like it. And Trump is a vindictive type of person and reacted on that.
Dog. Trump had cast him out. And X, I got to say, has kind of become a platform of one.
True, but we're all paying attention to both of them.
Yeah, no, I think we do.
So they're talking about Trump's platform of True Social against X, which is Elon's platform, and pretty much Trump's platform is a ghost town with only Trump posting on his own account, and Elon obviously has millions of people on X.
But they are, I mean, social media platforms, as we once conceived them, were the voices of multitudes. And now, very clearly, certainly Truth Social, because literally it is a ghost town except for Donald Trump.
Right.
But then also X, or formerly Twitter, which Elon owns lock, stock, and barrel.
But what we have here is Elon saying that he is restraining himself. But now the bill is being tossed back to the House. When does he decide whether or not he's going to create this third party, do you think?
Well, I think probably if the bill passes.
So we all know the bill passed, and there have been posts on X, and I actually found a survey that was done about this third party that Elon wanted to create. And they surveyed about 1,000 people, and 40% of those people said that they would support Elon Musk if he did create a third party. And I thought that was a lot of people out of that survey. So,
I mean, I don't know.
Likely to do.
Yeah, it does look. I mean, Trump will. It does, because it doesn't matter what's in the bill. Trump will make any compromise or approve any compromise just so long as there is a bill.
And that's another thing. Trump is definitely, going along with the corrupt government that we have. Anything, like he said, to pass this bill, he would do. And I didn't vote for that. That's not what I voted for. Trump was supposed to stop all this corruption. He was supposed to make sure that none of this was going on. There was no weaponizing of the government. And he's doing that right now with Elon. He's using the government. He's weaponizing the government against Elon, threatening to deport Elon, threatening to, close his companies and just anything to hurt Elon. He's weaponizing the government against Elon. And he's doing the very thing that he said he would stop. And it was done to him. So I just don't think that that's right.
Buy anyone off, as we saw in the
Lisa Murkowski in Alaska.
In the Senate. I think on the part of both of them, I know I was tracking.
What do you guys think about this? What do you think about how things are rolling out between these two? Do you think Elon has a chance at a third party? Do you think that this feud will eventually end, which I'm hoping? They made a great team. They did great things together. They could have done great things for this country together. They're both, masterminds, obviously. But what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I would love to know what your thoughts are about what's going on with this feud, if it's going to continue, if they're going to amend, make up, or if Elon will start a third party.
Some Trump phone calls on Monday night. And
so this is about Trump and the drug story that was leaked to the New York Times.
It's sort of worth explaining here that over a long period of time, I've gotten to know and cultivated a lot of people who Trump regularly speaks to. These are some of these people I've known well before Trump. And the interesting, Trump speaks to them, and then they speak to other people. They literally, you can see them. Trump calls, and then they get on the phone, and you'll never guess what he said. This is part of how this administration works with its
communication, basically.
You could call it ultimate accessibility. So the phone calls.
Okay.
So what he's saying. This is
on Monday. We're recording this on Wednesday morning.
Right. And he's like calling people and say, "Do you think Elon is crazy?" I think he's crazy. All of these phones. He asks a question, and then you respond, "Yes, of course." I think he's crazy. You agree with me? And then so he asks the question, he answers the question, and then infers that you have agreed with him on this question, or even that it's your thesis. So you think he's crazy.
But his point underlying all this is that for this week in particular, he does think Elon is crazy.
Yeah, no, and he actually went in one of these phone calls, or many of them. He was on about you know how many drugs he takes. You know he takes drugs all the time. You know that, don't you? The New York Times wrote about it. They said he takes drugs, and then he went on to say actually we dropped a dime to the New York Times on Elon for.
So there you go. Trump admitted that he was the one who contacted the New York Times about Elon's drug use, which then Elon had to reply with his drug test results on X, which I just showed you.
On Elon's drug taking.
He says that to people? So
He
they
said
were the
that.
source of the story in the New York Times about Elon's
Well, we have no idea. He is just claiming credit for that now.
Right, because he senses... Right, he wants to be behind that particular narrative.
Well, he wants to be behind everything, and that's a helpful narrative to him.
Right.
And it kind of then he went on to say we investigated him. So this is that. So he will now use everything to paint Elon into as the bad guy. I mean, he's deporting Elon.
Well, he's saying he might deport Elon, right? But Elon is also addressing it. I mean, Elon sounded pretty defensive on X when he said, "I'm not taking ketamine. I once took it. I'm not taking drugs."
Well, I think it's that New York Times story, for instance, was pretty devastating. I mean, it basically said that he was high all the time and effectively dysfunctional because of it. I mean,
right, and
I don't know. I watched him run Doge. I watched several interviews of Elon and his team running Doge, and it looked pretty, he looked like he was very on top of everything, and he had a great team that he brought on to help him run Doge. So I don't believe those lies, I consider them, about Elon and the drug use.
Associating.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most successful businessman of the era is dysfunctional. That's a dysfunction maybe we should all embrace. But
yeah, true. Well, I'm sure we could get you some ketamine for the next podcast if you would like it. In fact, I think we should try and do a podcast on ketamine. But for now, Trump has responded to Elon's threat that he's going to start a third party by saying that they might set Doge upon him, they might cut his grants, and that they may deport him because he's an immigrant.
Again, another example of Trump willing to say anything at any time.
Right.
So none of this makes any sense. You know, if the government can do things to frustrate Elon can do things business-wise to frustrate the government. I mean, basically, NASA is now run by Elon Musk.
Right.
So this is just social media talk.
Right. So basically the back and forth is just that, just them just going back and forth at each other. But, when I think of Elon, I think of great men, and there's only once in a lifetime, men come along like Elon. And the one I thought of, which is the title of this live broadcast, is Einstein. I think of Elon like an Einstein. Einstein was, the mastermind of his time. And Elon is definitely the mastermind of our time. He is definitely a force of nature with technology and entrepreneurship. He, he created PayPal. He revolutionized, online payments with PayPal, and his Tesla company and his SpaceX and what he did for Twitter and X. So he is definitely, a builder, an innovator, and he's an unstoppable force in our time. And I really respect the things that he does. And I think that, he deserves the label of genius. And what makes what makes a person be labeled genius, and it just simply boils down to the type of genius that they possess. And Elon definitely is a genius. He just has shown time after time, just with his, my last broadcast, like I said, I showed so many videos of Elon's accomplishments and what he's doing with Neuralink and all these things he's doing right now, which are benefiting the government and the United States and the American people. He's actually trying to help us, not to hurt us. So I just, he definitely cares about the United States, and I understand why he was pissed about that, bill. It's, I call it the big bullshit bill. So that's what my husband and I have named that bill, and I just, I understand why he is upset about that. Other than the fact that he showed so much support for Trump. He donated the $250 million of his own money to Trump's campaign. He campaigned all the time. He campaigned so much so that he kind of neglected his own company. And what were the results of that? They burned his dealerships. They burned his Teslas. People were keying cars of owners, Tesla owners. People were keying all these Teslas. And that was just not a good thing. It just was very bad for Elon. So, he did all this stuff, and I think he might feel betrayed. I don't know what you guys think, but, what do you think? Do you think that Elon has a right to be upset? And like I said, it has nothing to do with the EV mandate. It has everything to do with this deficit that we are going to be responsible for now. It's $5 trillion in deficit that's going to increase. And where do you think that's coming from? It's coming out of our pockets. And Elon was against that. And so I do get that, I do understand why Elon was just not happy about it. But the back and forth between them, is a little over the top, I do have to say. But what do you think about Elon starting a third party? Do you think that that's possible? Do you think that, he could achieve that? Based off of some of the polls and some of the, he did something on X, I believe. He put something out there where he did a poll himself, and a lot of people supported that they would support him if he did come out with a third party. So there was a survey conducted by Quantus Insights, which I'm not too familiar with that type of that company, but between June 30th and July 2nd, 1,000 registered voters were found that 40% of those voters would back Elon on a third party. So Musk has, publicly stated his interest in forming that party, which he is going to name the American Party. So I know it's probably a difficult process to form a third party, and there's probably a lot of challenges he will face. But I believe that if they don't mend their feud between each other, things are going to escalate between them. So, Trump is a vindictive type of person, and Elon is just retaliating, I believe. What do you guys think? Do you think that? I'm not, sure what. How would you feel if you were Elon, basically? I feel like he feels betrayed a little bit. He is Doge. He started Doge. And for Trump saying, I've heard news reports where Trump speaks and he's going to, use Doge against Elon. How would he like if I sent Doge after him? And I just thought that was, just... Elon is Doge. He created that. He was the one who ran Doge. So for Trump to weaponize that against Elon is just wrong to me. So, but let's hear. Let's see. This is the other article I found about Trump claiming the credit for releasing the false accusations of Elon's drug use. So again, these stories came out yesterday, and Trump is proud of it. He's outright proud of, saying that he released this to the New York Times for them to post this story. And I just thought that was dirty, just a dirty thing to do. And it just wasn't a good thing. So I have links to these. Actually, you can find these anywhere online. These stories, these articles of Trump, admitting that he was the one who called the New York Times to report on Elon Musk. So it's gonna get heated up if it doesn't cool down. Like I said, I hope it does. I really thought that they, like I said before, they made a great team together, and they did a lot of good things. And Doge is very important. It did a lot of, it found a lot of fraud, and we were supposed to benefit from that, and we never did. And this big bullshit bill that just came out is going to do the opposite for us. It is going to create more. We're going to pay more. It's going to be a lot more that we're going to pay. So, and it's going to increase the deficit. And that's something that Elon was dead set against. And I think originally, he was hoping that that wouldn't happen in this bill, obviously. And it ended up happening. And that's where the fallout happened when Elon actually saw the bill. He gave his thoughts saying, I don't think this is a good bill. And obviously Trump is, if you disagree with Trump, he's not going to like you very much. So that's how that all started between them. And then it's just been a back and forth between them. So it's pretty sad. But we can continue on.
Do you think Elon is crazy? I think he's crazy. I mean, all of these ones. He asks a question, and
following the success of his big, beautiful bill. Let's listen in.
And perhaps a lot of you are going with us. How are you? And we have a very big crowd, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're sort of celebrating like the biggest bill of its kind ever signed. And it's going to make this country into a rocket ship. It's going to.
So again, a rocket ship, you can't do that without Elon.
Be really great. I think when you go over the bill, it was very easy to get him to a yes. We went over that bill, and point after point, biggest tax cut in history, great for security, great on the southern border, immigration is covered. We covered just about everything. Again, it's the biggest bill ever signed of its kind.
Mr. President, somehow the Republicans that were concerned about the bill said that they had conversations where you made promises. What promises did you make? Did you tell Representative Clyde that you could have some action on gun rights? What sort of deal did you make with those?
Well, I talked to a lot of different Republicans in doing it, and we had a good time in being there. I did not have much of a problem with any of them. As you know, we had 2 negative votes, but we had whatever it was, the final vote.
Did you get them to agree to yes?
Yeah, I think a few of them I did, but I think they would have gone yes anyway.
What were those deals?
No deals. No deals. What I did.
Do you believe that there were any deals that were made in this bill?
It is. We talked about how good the bill is. I mean, that's a deal, I guess, when you think about it. But obviously convinced them. But it was not hard. This is a great bill. This is going to be a great bill for the country.
One of 2 no's to vote no for his beautiful bill. Do you want to primary him too?
Well, I was disappointed that he did that. There were 2 of them that voted no, so I was disappointed that he voted no. We had a call. It was a pretty long call. We talked about a lot of things, including Iran. And we also talked about, as you know, the war with Ukraine, and I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy. No, I didn't make any progress with them today at all.
Do you guys think that there will be any progress made with Ukraine and Russia? It's been going on for such a long time now. I'm not sure that that is going to resolve anytime soon. So
I think we're going to get great growth. I think we'll have growth at record numbers. This is going to be something that's amazing, and everybody was watching it all over the world. And I want to congratulate the speaker and Tom Emmer and Steve Scalise and everybody else. I mean, they worked so hard, so hard. This has really been going on for over a year, if you think about it. I think, to be exact, about 14 months. And this was the culmination. And I guess it ended a lot earlier. A lot of people thought it would end up the following afternoon. Well, it ended up late in the evening, but they were great. They were great. And by the way, on the Senate side, I thought Senator Thune did a fantastic job.
So I want to actually go back to the other video from the Daily Beast story because he goes into detail more about the Trump calling the New York Times about Elon. Let's see if I can find that one here.
Do you think Elon is crazy? I think he's crazy. I mean, all of these ones, he asks a question and then you respond, yes, of course. I think he's...
I'm going to forward all the way to where we were.
And X, I got to say, has kind of become a platform of one.
True, but we're all paying attention to both of them.
Yeah, no, I think we do, but they are, I mean, social media platforms, as we once conceived them, were the voices of multitudes. And now, very clearly, certainly Truth Social, because literally it is a ghost town except for Donald Trump.
Right.
But then also X, or formerly Twitter, which Elon owns lock, stock, and barrel and dictates completely. Its message is the message that he wants.
What I find...
So someone in the chat is, yeah, where's our money? All I get are $9 eggs, which is, they're actually $11.99. Grocery prices are through the roof. Mac and cheese is a luxury, and that is the truth right now. That is the state of our country right now. I paid $11.99 for eggs, so where you're getting them for $9, let me know, because it's just the price of food right now is ridiculously high, and every week I go shopping, it goes higher and higher and higher. So it's out of control.
And fascinating is the way they're both going at it. The fact that Elon appeared to be a whip dog. By the way, just to throw in there, last time we were here, we were talking about Iran and had the nuclear facilities, or nuclear facilities, as you say, been obliterated. And here we are talking about something completely different because the story is rattled on.
Iran, what Iran?
Yeah, exactly. And who remembers the parade? Who remembers the tariffs? But what we have here is Elon saying that he is restraining himself. But now the bill is being tossed back to the House. When does he decide whether or not he's going to create this third party, do you think?
Well,
So I think he's definitely going to create this third party. Obviously, we've just talked about what is recently been going on. I think
probably if the bill passes. I mean, I don't know.
Looks likely to do.
Yeah, it does look. I mean, Trump will. It does, because it doesn't matter what's in the bill. Trump will make any compromise or approve any compromise just so long as there is a bill. He'll buy anyone off. As we saw in the
with Lisa Murkowski in Alaska.
In the Senate. So he'll get that, but
so he'll buy anyone off. Is that the way to run the government? Isn't that corruption? Isn't that considered corruption? Do you guys? How do you feel about that?
Even were that bill to fail, I think Elon is pissed. I think it's a blood score now. I think on the part of both of them. I know I was tracking.
Yes, Elon is the third party, yes. And I know he has, from what I've heard, he has a few good supporters behind him.
But some Trump phone calls on Monday night. And
thank you, Woof and Snort.
Yeah, it's sort of worth explaining here that over a long period of time, I've gotten to know and cultivated a lot of people who Trump regularly speaks to. I mean, these are some of these people I've known well before Trump. And the interesting, Trump speaks to them, and then they speak to other people. They literally, you can see them. Trump calls them.
So to me, that's a gossip bin. Just complete. So you know how the story starts here, and then it gets changed every time it goes down the line. That's what this reminds me of. And that's why I think things are so effed up right now in the government with Trump.
And then they get on the phone, isn't it? You'll never guess what he said. So, I mean, this is part of how this administration works with its, you could call it ultimate accessibility.
Hi, Chris.
Or weird transparency, actually.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
No, and and Trump, whoever he calls, he says the same thing to everybody, so you know exactly what is on his mind. And the people he calls, they play their part.
Love your shorts. Love your doggies.
They agree with him because you don't even have to. You just listen and go, but then they call because it's always so mind-boggling. But at any rate,
and it must still be something to get a call from the president of the United States when it's Donald Trump, because it's still a weird disconnect that this man is in the White House, as powerful as he is.
Well, I have gotten the Donald Trump calls, and it is incredibly weird because this is the president of the United States who you cannot get off the phone.
Right.
So
it's
kind of like you feel I'm holding up the whole world. Because I just can't get rid of him.
Or you might be saving the whole world because he could be having a much more powerful conversation with someone else that triggers something.
And there have been several occasions where it's Donald Trump on the phone and he's in my house on the speakerphone.
And your children are running around in the background.
Well, no, they come to attention. Everybody is like,
scared to death.
It's like, or the car phone.
And you hear the voice. I mean, the voice really stops everybody dead in their tracks because it could be only one person.
Right. Okay. So talk me through.
But let me do the phone calls.
Okay.
So what he's saying. This is
on Monday. We're recording this on Wednesday morning.
Right. And he's like calling people and say, "Do you think Elon is crazy?" I think he's crazy. I mean, all of these phones. He asks a question and then you respond, yes, of course. I think he's crazy.
So he's actually setting the tone for it. He's initiating, do you think he's crazy? Basically, and of course people are going to, as Michael says, that they agree with him.
Do you agree with me? And then, so he asks the question, he answers the question, and then infers that you have agreed with him on this question, or even that it's your thesis. So you think he's crazy.
But his point underlying all this is that for this week in particular, he does think Elon is crazy.
Yeah, no, and he actually went in one of these phone calls, or many of them. He was on about you know how many drugs he takes. You know he takes drugs all the time. You know that, don't you? The New York Times wrote about it. They said he takes.
That's what I would like to know. What is everybody's thoughts on this, Chris? That's my question. That is my question. What is everybody thinking about this? That is the question. I would love to know what the thoughts are about, everybody's, what do they think? So I did get, I don't know if you were here for the first part of this broadcast, but I did put out a video yesterday and I got a lot of comments on it, and I gave my little reply to the comments that I originally voted for Doge and draining the swamp. That's what we all voted for. And you're upset too and pissed. Yes, I agree. See, I would be too. And Elon is definitely pissed, and even Michael says Elon's pissed. He should be. It's not right. We did not vote for this. We voted for draining the swamp and Doge government. It's not fair. It's not right. And I think that we all voted that Donald Trump would clean up the government, drain the swamp, He created Doge. Elon ran Doge. Elon brought in his team. He did a great job. He exposed billions of dollars, and we were supposed to reap those benefits. All of us Americans were supposed to reap those benefits, and none of us have. Instead, we are going to now owe a lot more money. So that's not what we voted for. Thank you for your comment, Chris. Thank you so much.
Drugs, and then he went on to say, actually, drug taking.
He says that to people. So they were the source of the story in the New York Times about Elon's.
Well, we have no idea. He is just claiming credit.
Trump can eat shit. Yes, I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing.
For that now.
Right, because he senses, right, he wants to be behind that particular narrative.
Well, he wants to be behind everything, and that's a helpful narrative to him.
Right.
And it kind of then he went on to say we investigated him. So this is that. So he will now use everything to paint Elon into as the bad guy. I mean, he's deporting Elon.
Well, and that's the other disturbing thing. He's weaponizing the government against Elon. The very thing that happened to Trump, which he said he was going to stop, he is doing. It's just the hypocrisy of this man is out of control, and I feel fooled. You know, I believed he did such a great job in his first term. That I really believed that he was going to do everything he said. And where are the arrests? Where, there hasn't been one arrest made. We have, Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, and they've done nothing. They've done nothing to arrest the people that committed the fraud in the government. It's insane.
He's saying he might deport Elon, right? But Elon is also addressing it. I mean, Elon sounded pretty defensive on X when he said, "I'm not taking ketamine. I once took it. I'm not taking drugs."
Well, I think that New York Times story, for instance, was pretty devastating. I mean, it basically said that he was high all the time and effectively.
Can someone comment to let me know if you think Elon was high all the time running Doge and all the other things that he was doing? What about the launch he took Trump to? And, I mean, just do you guys think that Elon was high all the time like Trump is accusing?
Dysfunctional because of it. I mean,
right, and disassociating.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most successful businessman of the era is dysfunctional. That's a dysfunction maybe we should all embrace. But
yeah, true. Well, I'm sure we could get you some ketamine for the next podcast if you would like it. In fact, I think we should try and do a podcast on ketamine. But for now, Trump has responded to Elon's threat that he's going to start a third party by saying that they might set Doge upon him, they might cut his grants, and that they may deport him.
There you go. That's the weaponization of the government. The thing that Trump said he would stop. The thing that was happening to him.
Because he's an immigrant.
Again, another example of Trump willing to say anything at any time.
Right.
So none of this makes any sense. If the government can do things to frustrate Elon can do things business-wise to frustrate the government. I mean, basically, NASA is now run by Elon Musk.
Right.
So this is just social media talk, I suppose.
But it's just the crazy of it, and the fact it's the richest man in the world once again.
So I got a great comment that was the woof and snort, whoever you are, that was. If high equals everyone gets 5,000 from Doge, then I don't know. That was good. I agree. I agree. Honestly, don't think he's high or does drugs. I just think that's the demeanor that Elon's. What you see is what you get. It's not that he's high on drugs. He's just smart and anxious. And I think Trump's high on drugs. I think Trump is high on drugs. his eye on control, and he believes he's above the law. And that's exactly what I don't like about it. I agree with you, Chris, 100%. I think that is definitely a true statement about Trump. So, and what you see is what you get with Elon. I was watching a video the other day of Elon explaining this new innovation that he's doing with SpaceX. And, you know, he's not the most fluent speaker, neither am I. But, you know, he's such a genius, and he's just above and beyond. Like I said, there's only men like this that come across, you know, the world every once in a while. And that's why I kind of thought of Einstein when I was thinking about this. You know, he compares. He's a genius. So I just it's
up against the most powerful man in the world. They both have their own social media platforms, and we're just the audience.
This has always been an extraordinary match from the get-go because it is so asymmetrical.
Yeah, I don't think
these guys, other than one is the most of this and one is the most of that, they have nothing in common. I mean, even from a policy point of view, they have nothing in common. I mean, Elon has been this really staunch environmentalist. I mean, he has, what has he set out to do fundamentally is to revolutionize the entire energy industry.
And that's what we need in the United States. He is truly trying to help in, you know, the United States with this. And again, I showed a video in my previous live broadcast. You can watch the video. In that video, Elon is creating a new version of Tesla, and it is supposed to be, you know, the best of the best, and it's going to save on all those things that we need savings on. So that video is in my last live broadcast. Go check it out. It's really interesting on what he's developing, and that plant is actually being built right now in Texas. So he really does truly care about the United States, and he's trying to improve on everything for the good of the United States.
And Trump obviously has no interest in that. And Trump has, and he has always said it, and just said this the other day. He always knew I was against EVs.
Right. Despite the fact he had them on the lawn, got into a red one and said, "Wow, computer." It's still my favorite quote of everything he said, that he got into a Tesla and went, "Wow."
None of this, from any policy point of view, made sense. So how did they get together? Why did they get together? My theory would be that
this is an interesting bit of this video. I thought this was interesting.
That Elon, and for all the ways you can criticize Elon, the one thing that you cannot do is say the guy is not smart.
Right.
And so he had spent some time before.
I don't really care for Elon. Don't dislike him, but I like his ideas. I need smart. He can definitely take us somewhere other than where we are right now with innovating thinking. I agree totally, and that's my point on this video and my past videos, is that he is just so smart, and the innovation and, you know, the team that he has around him is just, you know, he's incredible. He's a genius. He's definitely a genius. So.
Or with Trump, and this was in 2000, and he had spent time in during the 2016 campaign, and then during the first administration. And I'm sure he decided this guy is feeble-minded. Of course he's going to take any help he can get from anybody with half a brain. Enter Elon, and also he's going to be impressed by Elon because Elon is so rich. So right. I think that Elon went in with that level of certainty. Obviously, he could have an impact on Donald Trump, and many people have felt that before. And,
Chris.
and it never turns out that way. You cannot have an impact on someone who has an absolute inability, among other things, to listen to anyone.
So you have always predicted that between Elon and Donald Trump would always win. Do you still think that? Do you think that Elon actually has the smarts to outwit Donald Trump and cause him really grave damage now that, as you say, this is a blood school?
Well, let me add another corollary to that. Donald Trump is self-destructive. So when Donald Trump loses, which is often, I mean, he lost.
Yeah, it's frequently, right?
Lost the presidency.
Right.
It is usually because of things that he has done. So right now, he has just set himself up with this big, beautiful bill to lose everything. I mean, he has, by forcing Tom Tillis, the senator from North Carolina, to decide he's going to leave politics, and he's partly doing that because Trump has gone after him. You know, here's a guy who said, I'm going to vote against this bill. These are my reasons. So Trump steps out, again, social media, to demonize the guy, to vilify the guy, to say, I am going to primary you, I'm going to destroy you.
Vindictive. It's a vindictive move, and that's not what we want. We don't want a vindictive type of person running our government. We want a strong leader. We want someone who is forceful and strong, but not vindictive against his own people.
I mean, again, this Trump language, it's always
it's vindictive.
It's either you are the best,
right,
or you are
the worst.
So Chris says, Stinky is the right. I deal with trying to help the earth, trying to clean up the smog. Definitely believes in the global crisis as well as our earth dying. He gets it. He's trying to help the figures out. Yes. I get to what you're saying. Oh. And I agree.
Or the worst, and I'm going to destroy you. Right now, Elon, he's destroying Elon. After so many months of Elon was the
smartest man in the world.
So he went after Tillis, and Tillis said life is too short, basically. I'm getting out of this, thereby creating an open seat in North Carolina, which is a very purple state, and it is a very possible.
You did know it. You knew that this fallout was going to happen between Trump and Elon. I knew this was going to happen. I called it a long time ago. He absolutely, Elon does have the wits outsmart. Absolutely, Donald Trump has the wits to outsmart Elon Musk has the wits to outsmart Donald Trump. I think so too.
That the Democrats will take that seat, and there are several other precarious races where the Democrats could easily prevail. Now, the likelihood is that the Democrats will prevail in the House. That's very close. That's in the
midterms next year.
Yeah, and the opposition party, almost invariably gains seats. So the expectation has been that he will lose the House, and
that's frightening. I'm sorry, that's frightening.
It will create all kinds of problems for him, investigations, impeachment. But if he loses the Senate, that is his, in the first administration, the Senate saved him on 2 occasions from conviction. So he was impeached, the Senate convicts. If there's a Democratic majority in the Senate, he's cooked.
And also, all it takes is 2 brave or independent Republican senators in the Senate to vote with the Democrats.
And Chris says, and he screwed them over. It's sad he took advantage of these people, and my heart goes out to them. Yes, I agree with you. I do. He totally took advantage. And that's why I feel like Elon feels like he's been betrayed pretty much. And I mean, how would you feel? I'm sure you'd feel the same.
I mean, it was J.D. Vance's tiebreaker that got them over the edge for the big, beautiful bill to send it back to the House, right?
Exactly.
So it's super close, and Donald Trump somehow can't rail himself in to... He just always goes over the top, doesn't he? Just can't stop himself. So it's highly likely that he might self-implode.
Yeah, and I think it's always important to understand what's going on here. Why would he do this? I mean, you just look at this. Why would he do this? You know, he could have made nice to Tom Tillis, and the bill still would have passed.
Right, right.
So why does he do this? He does this because he's a showman. You know, it's always, you know, how do you got to make the shtick bigger and bigger. That's what a showman does. He can't restrain himself. He doesn't want to restrain himself. I mean, this is what he does. This may be why he's going.
You think they left because this is I don't know, maybe they left or they're afraid to speak on this because it's such a sensitive subject. And I agree with you. I was kind of concerned about talking about this today because I know it is a touchy subject for a lot of people. So that could be why they left. I don't care on speaking on this, even if it is a sensitive subject. I think people need to hear in order to understand the truth for what is really the truth. Yes, I agree with you. I was taught you stand up for what you believe in and you say what you mean and you mean what you say and you stick by it. I was brought up on the same beliefs. So that's how I believe we are all brought up.
Going down. But this is also why he succeeds.
Character is destiny.
You know, during the campaign in those final months, everybody around Trump was saying, focus on the economy, focus on the economy, focus on immigration. Stop going after Kamala and saying, you know, all this, you know, fundamentally racist stuff.
Right, he didn't even realize she was black.
Yeah.
When did it happen that she was black?
Everybody, they were begging him. Donors were calling and begging him. And he said, forget it. You don't know what you're talking about. All people, the reason people like me, the reason they pay attention is that I attack.
Goodness me. Okay, so...
It's probably the desert living. We live in the desert. It's a rough place to grow up in. That's a true statement. It's hot as hell here too. I hope everybody had a good 4th, by the way. It was hot as hell yesterday. But I hope you all enjoyed your 4th.
We also had this news this week that Donald Trump and Paramount are near to settling.
Which is, I mean, nearly unbelievable. I mean, there are various unbelievable levels here. First thing, that the President of the United States sues the media for libel.
And over a very specific thing, which he argued that they had edited Kamala Harris in an interview on Israel, that they had used a different clip in the trailer for the 60 Minutes interview than they actually used in the interview, and they had somehow helped her, which makes no sense because she lost the election.
On top...
Oh... So I can't believe he's still in the presidential seat. I think he would have been impeached by now. What is the government really trying to cover up? It pisses me off. To be honest with you, you didn't vote this year. Interesting. I think a lot of people took this year off, to be honest. And the way things are going, I don't know if I'm going to vote again.
Of which all news shows do this.
Unless it might be for Elon.
All of the time. That is just business as usual. And why shouldn't you?
Welcome back. I'm not voting. Oh, woof and snort. I'm not voting moving forward. I voted for 50 years and not anymore. F them.
Be able to do that. It's your news show. There are other news shows. There's Fox. This is the nature of, dare I say, a free press. And everyone has always. Presidents understand this, and there's also a fundamental premise that presidents can't be libeled. It just doesn't happen. I mean, they're public figures. This again part of what we understand to be the workings of a free press. You take it.
Well, and as we know, 60 Minutes is owned by CBS's flagship news and current affairs program. It's owned by Paramount. Paramount is in the middle of a merger deal with Skydance, and Donald Trump has the ability, with Brendan Carr, chairman of the FCC, to disrupt this.
And this was the same circumstance with ABC when ABC settled because George Stephanopoulos had said something that
in an interview with Nancy Mace.
Yes, that Trump decided was libelous to him, and then they settled for $15 million. Paramount was now settling for $16 million. And let us point out, this money, these settlements go to Donald Trump. Doesn't go to the United States government. It doesn't go to the Treasury. It goes to Donald Trump. Does it go into
his library fund?
Well, yeah, he says it's going to his library fund.
Which I imagine just to be full of copies of The Art of the Deal and nothing else.
But just think about what an incredible money-making racket this is. I'm the president of the United States, so I'm going to sue you for libel. And because I'm the president of the United States and can screw you with your business in so many ways,
right,
you're going to settle with me.
Today I'm going to show you.
So I don't screw you in so many ways, and I'm going to pocket the dough.
This thing is absolutely insane. It's coming out right after July 4th.
It's fantastic.
Well, it also acts as a very effective break on news media too, because for the parent company, these companies become much less attractive to run. They get terrible press when they end up settling. It's not been good for Disney, the $50 million settlement over the George Stephanopoulos libel, and it makes companies much less likely to support independent media.
No, and I think it's actually, you can read a broader trend here, which is that these companies, these entertainment companies, do not want to be in the news business.
Right.
The news business is a legacy business for them. Remember these networks have merged. They're all the function of 100, even more mergers than that. They've gotten these companies. Do they really want these companies? These news companies? Warner Brothers Discovery, for instance, is now spinning off all of its cable properties, including CNN.
And Comcast is spinning off Spinco, which has got MSNBC.
Exactly, and the Roberts have always been hitting their heads about MSNBC. Why do we have this?
Well, and Donald Trump is always going after Brian Roberts and saying he's a super weak guy. So Brian Roberts is now suddenly the target, which is not a great place for any CEO to want to be.
Yeah, and why would you? You're not really interested in news. You have no interest in news.
Okay, we have some comments here that I got to catch up on. I know one votes, then they know the game is up, but that won't happen. JK. I know over 600 people that didn't vote this year. Chris, interesting.
This is a diversified entertainment company.
Right. News is just part of it, but it turns out it's the most volatile part of it in terms of the president.
Right. So they don't want to be in the news business, and on top of that, the news business is hardly the news business anymore. It's these products. Let's call them that, because that's what the executives in these companies, our news product. Nobody watches them anymore.
Right. So the business of news is challenged anyway.
It is safe to say there will be more people who see us with our ability basically to say anything.
I'm with you
and
guys.
Not to have to be afraid of corporate overlords or Donald Trump. More people watch us than MSNBC, certainly more than CNN.
That's a huge responsibility, Michael.
Well, yes, but at the same time, remember that there's so many other.
What happened to CNN? and MSNBC.
There are people like us who they are watching.
That's true. That's true. The Daily Beast is an independent media company, so we have the great freedom to be able to say, well, to call it as we see it. Balls and strikes, I think, is the term. I don't know what sport that refers
I'm glad you're
to.
enjoying
Is
it.
Baseball.
You know,
You're not a sporting guy either.
I can field almost anything, except I always say
sporting analogies.
Sports.
Okay, so the other thing that's coming for news.
So, Chris, I'm going to try to be on daily, probably like a 5 to 7 type of thing, Monday through Thursday. So with some Elon updates and some good stuff. So I hope you can join in again.
Is RFK Jr.'s attempt to stifle pharmaceutical companies from advertising. They do a ton of advertising on news channels. When you switch on CNN, the ads I always get, I don't know if they're targeted, but they're on television, for bladder leakage or Humira. I've seen so many ads for Humira, and I still can't tell you what it does.
Well,
I think there's a lot of us, Chris, that feel the same way. So I think there's a huge community out there that feels exactly how we do. I know JK is stating that he does, and Woof and Snort is definitely agreeing. So there is a lot of people. There's definitely a lot of us out there that feel this way. So
that's also another issue on news, that it's only watched by old people whose bladders are leaking.
It's definitely not good. All right, so we come back to Elon and Trump. If you were a betting man, by the time we do our next podcast, where do you think this all lands? Have we moved on?
What do you guys think? Where do you think this is going to land? Do you think this is going to go on and continue and get really vicious? Do you think this is going to be, they're going to settle their differences and things are going to, cool down and all is going to be well in, the world? And if I had to put money on it, I think knowing how Trump is so vindictive, and I don't know if that's going to be the case. Hopefully they can come to some sort of, compromise or, get along again. And I'm hoping that, because it's only going to benefit the country and the United States. But obviously we've seen, the reaction from Trump, and it doesn't seem that way. But what do you guys think?
Targeted someone else.
Trump will move the spotlight, but I think that the risk Trump has taken here, and again, this is back to the big, beautiful.
Yeah, we got a reply. I think Elon has a lot more support than fat ass.
Full bill. He has, that has been the thing that has finally pressed the
Is fat ass Trump?
Elon button. And if Elon keeps going, as I say, this is a real danger to Trump, a real threat. This is, it's just a couple of members in both the House and the Senate,
broadcast,
which could seal Donald Trump's fate.
Thank you for participating.
Donald Trump, the existential question has always been, when will Donald Trump go to jail? And he has managed somehow, and we've now forgotten about.
Yes, I heard Big Balls took his Doge toys and went home last week. Did you hear this? Yes, I actually reported on that on my live stream yesterday. When did I do that live stream? I think it was Wednesday night. So Big Balls took his shit and left the White House. I mean, he just walked out. And that was Elon's guy. Elon brought Big Balls in there. So I'm sure Big Balls had good enough reason to take his shit and get the hell out of the White House. So yes, I did hear that.
But
I reported on it.
Just months ago, it was, was he going to be sentenced to prison?
Well, it was your book, All or Nothing. It's either he gets the White House, or he goes to jail. There's no middle ground.
Yeah. So again, we'll be back to that. The second half of the Trump's second term may well be back into that existential stew.
And
I think that's a goodie. I think that prediction may be true.
there will be a lot of Republicans who, whether or not they do it publicly or they do it quietly, will also be rooting for his demise. In fact, perhaps even more the Republicans.
Well, they root for his demise, but then they don't vote for it because they remain terrified of him.
Terrified.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Watch this space. My prediction is that we're recording this after the Diddy verdicts. My prediction is Trump will...
And that's another thing. That Diddy verdict, I was just disgusted by, horrified that he is going to walk. What do you guys think about that? I wanted to cover that story also because I was just blown away at how that turned out. Guy is creepy and just disgusting, and I might actually cover that story because there's just so much information for that. But anyway, back to this.
Pardon, Diddy. Say he's a great guy. He's a good guy.
Okay, we'll hold you to that.
Okay, so that was that. I actually have a video that I did cover in my last broadcast, but it's actually about to break today. And it is Elon's Grok 4.
Today, I'm going to show you Elon Musk's brand new Grok 4 AI that's about to change everything. This thing is absolutely insane. It's coming out right after July 4th, and it's going to be free. I'm talking about coding features that will blow your mind. Built-in code editor, real-time.
Now, this is going to be amazing. I don't know if you guys all, what you use for your AI, but I had like 7 different AIs I used. And ChatGPT was the freaking worst. Anthropic was, it was okay. I had Gemini, I had Grok 3.5, which was really good. So this is Elon's Grok 4.0 that is coming out, and I cannot wait.
Everything. And it's designed to crush ChatGPT. This is huge. This is revolutionary. And you need to see this right now. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. And let me tell you something.
You guys are
what I'm about to show you
rocking it.
today is going to change the game completely. Elon Musk just dropped a bombshell. Grok 4 is coming, and it's not what anyone expected. But before I get into this, Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know what you think about this. Now here's what happened. 2 days ago, Elon posted on X. He said his team has been grinding all night, working on Grok, making huge progress. And then he dropped this bomb. The next version is...
Right. Trump don't compromise, and if he does, he turns really quickly. Yeah, he's a liar. He's a liar and a cheat, and just anything. He just lies through about everything. He'll tell you one thing and then turn around and do the opposite, just like what he's doing to Elon. He's weaponizing the government against Elon, which that's exactly what happened to him. And he hated it, and he ran that he was going to change that, and he never did.
Isn't going to be Grok 3.5 like everyone thought. It's going straight to Grok 4, and it's coming right after July 4th. But here's the crazy part. This isn't just another AI update. This thing is built to destroy the competition. I'm talking about ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all of them. And the best part, it's going to be free. Now, let me tell you why this matters.
So yes, this is an avatar. This kid that's speaking, and he announced it, is an avatar. It's truly incredible. It really is. I was amazed at that he is an avatar, talking on Grok 4, which is really cool. That's Elon for you.
Because most people have no idea what's coming. They think AI is just chatbots. They think it's just answering questions. But Grok 4 is something completely different. First, let's talk about the coding features, because this is where things get insane. Elon said they need one more big run for a specialized coding model.
Everyone go get Grok 4.
What does that mean? It means Grok 4 is...
You can use it for free for a while. And it's... So Elon also did something that was really cool. And I just stumbled upon this. It was Grok 3.5 combined with Gemini. And they created this AI, these two, and it was the funniest shit ever. It was a woman. They had the voice of a woman, and she was a spunky, sparky, AI. And it was on Rogan. I was watching Rogan, and Elon Musk was on Rogan, and they were asking this AI, different things, and she was... the responses that she came out with were really funny. And that video is actually in my last broadcast, so go check that out. There's some good stuff in there.
It's getting a coding brain that's built from the ground up. But wait, there's more. They're building a native code editor right into Grok. Think VS Code, but powered by AI. You can write code, debug code, run code, all inside Grok. You can literally talk to it and ask it to modify your code or debug problems. It's like having a coding expert sitting right next to you 24/7. And here's something nobody's talking about: the timing. Why July 4th? Because
here's a comment that's interesting, and I know it's true. So Sam Altman stole ChatGPT from Elon. This is Elon's payback. Make ChatGPT worthless. Yes, Sam. And you know what? I think Trump is partnering with Sam Altman, correct? Does anybody know what's going on with that? That was another, I think, FU to Elon by Trump, because I think Sam Altman now is on the Trump train, as they would say. So that was not a cool thing. If someone knows anything about that, let me know in the comments.
Elon knows everyone's going to be online. Everyone's going to be looking for something new. And he's going to drop the most powerful AI the world has ever seen. But let me tell you what's really happening behind the scenes. Because this isn't just about coding. Elon is mad, really mad, at the current state of AI. He said Grok was parroting legacy media.
What? The 19-year-old that blew the whistle was killed in December? JK, holy shit, I did not know that.
Give him wrong answers.
Thank you.
And he's had enough. So what did he do? He's completely rewriting the entire corpus of human knowledge that Grok uses.
Himself
Think about that for a second.
Of the head. Oh.
He's literally cleaning up all the garbage data that makes AI give bad answers. He's removing fake news, removing bias, removing all the junk that makes AI stupid, and replacing it with real, accurate information. This is huge, because every other AI is built on messy data, bad data, biased data. But
did you hear that? Every other AI is built on messy, biased data. So I'm really looking forward to this Grok 4 by Elon.
Grok 4 is being built on clean, accurate, real information. And here's where it gets even better. Grok 4...
Damn! My background is computer engineering, got my MBA in it. I will tell you some shit is about to happen. That's the truth. Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Is being trained on xAI's Colossus supercomputer. This thing has over 200,000 GPUs. That's more computing power than most countries have.
You're right.
Grok 3 was already trained with 10 times more computing power than its predecessor.
About that.
And Grok 4 is getting even more. This thing is going to be a monster.
True?
But let's talk about what this means for regular people, because this isn't just for tech nerds. Remember when ChatGPT came out and everyone lost their minds? Well, Grok 4 is going to make ChatGPT look like a toy. Here's why. ChatGPT can't access real-time information easily. It can't see what's happening right now on social media. It can't understand current events as they happen. But Grok 4, it's built into X. It knows everything happening right now. Every tweet, every trend, every breaking news story.
That's another good thing, is that Grok 4 is actually embedded into X. And so what he's saying is that it's real live data. Like, it's real live data. It's time.
In real time.
Real time.
So when you ask it a question about what's happening today, it doesn't give you old information. It gives you what's happening right.
Okay, Wolf and Snort. Sam Altman is dirty. Owns the small nuke reactor companies on NASDAQ. Oh, in bed with Orange Man. And Chris, it's already happening. All the cellular outages happening. Yes. Thank you. I was like, what the F is going on? I mean, why is my cell phone, it was doing some weird shit a few times, actually, over this last month, pretty much. Just weird things. So I believe you. He is funny, isn't he? Woof and Snort is a riot.
Right now. And the reasoning capabilities, insane. They're calling it first principle reasoning. Instead of just pattern matching like other AIs, Grok 4 actually thinks through problems from the ground up. What does that mean? It means better answers, more accurate answers that actually make sense. But here's what most people don't understand. This isn't just about having a better chatbot. This is about having a tool that can actually help you make money. Think about it. If you're running a business, you need accurate information fast. You need to know what's trending, what people are talking about, what problems they have. With Grok 4, you can get all of that in real time and then use that information to create content, build products, find opportunities. And if you're into coding, game over. You're going to have the most powerful coding assistant ever built right in your browser for free. But wait, I said free. Let me explain that because it's not completely free forever. Right now, Grok 3 is free until their servers melt. That's literally what Elon said. And Grok 4 will likely follow the same pattern. But even when it's not free, it's going to be way more affordable than you think because it comes with your X Premium subscription, which is already cheaper than most AI tools. And here's something crazy. X just doubled their Premium Plus price because Grok 3 was so popular. They went from $22 a month to $40 a month. Why? Because people are willing to pay for this level of AI. But even at $40, that's still cheaper than most professional AI tools. And you get access to the most powerful AI on the planet. Now, let me tell you why this is different from everything else out there. First, the speed. Other AIs are slow. You ask a question and wait. But Grok 4 is built for speed. Real-time responses, no waiting around. Second, the accuracy. Other AIs hallucinate. They make stuff up. But Grok 4 is trained on clean data. It's designed to tell the truth, even when that truth is politically
you glutton for
incorrect.
punishment.
Third,
You're
the
uglier.
integration. Other AIs exist in isolation, but Grok 4 is built into the biggest social media platform in the world. It understands context. It understands what people actually care about. And fourth, the personality. Other AIs are boring, corporate, fake nice, but Grok has humor. It has attitude. It actually feels like talking to a real person. But here's what really matters. The competitive advantage. While everyone else is still trying to figure out ChatGPT, you're going to have access to something 10 times more powerful, something that can actually help you build a business, make money, get ahead. And the coding features, they're going to be insane. Imagine having a coding partner that never gets tired, never makes mistakes, never judges you for asking basic questions. You can literally describe what you want to build, and it will write the code for you, then test it, debug it, improve it, all automatically. This is going to democratize coding. People who couldn't code before will be able to build apps, websites, tools, whatever they want. And for people who already code, you're going to be 10 times faster, 10 times more productive, because you'll have an AI that actually understands code at a deep level. But let me tell you about the timing again, because this is crucial. GPT-5 is coming soon. Google is working on new models. Everyone's racing to build the best AI. But Elon isn't just building a better AI. He's building a completely different kind of AI. One that's connected to real-time information. One that's trained on clean data. One that's designed to actually help people instead of just sounding impressive. And he's doing it faster than anyone thought possible. xAI was only founded in 2023, and they're already competing with companies that have been doing this for 10 years. How? Because they're not held back by corporate politics. They're not worried about being politically correct. They're just focused on building the best AI possible, and the results speak for themselves. Grok 3 already outperformed ChatGPT on multiple benchmarks. It scored
outran ChatGPT already.
93.3% on advanced math tests, 84.6% on graduate level reasoning, 79.4% on coding challenges, and that's Grok 3. Grok 4 is going to be even better. But here's what you need to understand. This isn't just about having better technology. This is about having a competitive advantage in business. Think about content creation. Right now, everyone is using the same AI tools. ChatGPT, Claude, Jasper. So everyone's content sounds the same. But with Grok 4, you'll have access to real-time information, current events, trending topics. You can create content that's actually relevant to what's happening right now. Think about research. Instead of spending hours Googling and reading articles, you can ask Grok 4 to do deep research for you in real time with current information. Think about customer service. Instead of generic responses, you can provide answers that are actually helpful based
smart,
on real information,
Wolf
not
is
old
smart.
training data. And think about coding. Instead of struggling with bugs for hours, you can have them fixed in minutes. Instead of writing code from scratch, you can describe what you want and have it built
Another
for you. This is the
Elon?
future, and it's coming July 4th. But here's something most people won't tell you. The early adopters are going to win big. The people who get on this early, who learn how to use it effectively, who build businesses around it.
Okay, JK, I spend 50% of my time correcting ChatGPT. Oh, no shit. You should be getting paid. Yes. So he says, I spend 50% of my time correcting ChatGPT. He should be getting paid. I agree. I've been pissed at ChatGPT at times, and I just want to type in, what the hell is wrong with you?
Because there's always a window, a few months where the new technology exists, but most people haven't figured it out yet. That's when the smart money moves, and that window's opening right now. So what should you do? First, get ready. Make sure you have access when Grok 4 launches, whether that's through X Premium or the standalone app. Second, start thinking about how you can use this in your business. What processes can you automate? What tasks can you delegate to AI? What new opportunities does this create? Third, start learning even before.
Okay, so Chris, ChatGPT is a joke, the worst crap ever, right? So like I said, I have Grok. I have Claude Opus 4, which was not that great. They had a lot of issues. I don't know if you remember the stories about how it actually turned on the engineers and was threatening to, expose one of the engineers' extramarital affairs. It was threatening, its own engineers because they were going to take it offline. So Claude Opus 4 is a little cuckoo in my mind. Hopefully they corrected that, but I did have it. I didn't use it much. I do use Grok. I had Grok 3.5, but they took that offline to come out with Grok 4.0. So I'm dying for this to come out.
Grok 4 comes out, you can practice with Grok 3. Get familiar with how it works, how it thinks, how to get the best results. And fourth, act fast, because everyone's going to figure this out eventually. But the people who move first are going to have a huge advantage. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds too good to be true. AI is always...
Yes, I just did so many things. So JK asked if anyone tried 8 and 8, or it's N8N. Seems like AI agent manager to replace jobs. Yes, I did some great coding and created amazing things in N8N. That will, I agree with you, that will take over the world. If you know anything, a little, any type of, just a little bit of coding, N8N is, you'll be able to use it. I do a lot of VBA coding, which is, not actual coding, but it's, pretty much, it's coding. But I do that daily in my job. I have a full-time job that I do, and a lot of it is VBA coding and coding spreadsheets and things like that. So I did get the N8N program, and I played around with it, and I can't even believe what this program does. It actually, you are creating the AI in this program. It is ridiculously cool. It's just amazing what this program is going to do. And I think that's where the future of the job market is going to be going, is towards that type of job, those type of jobs. It will be, being able to use a program like N8N to create AIs, to run companies, other than the robots that are coming, that's pretty much going to. I did so many videos. I also have an AI channel that I do, and it covers all of, the future of the workforce and what is going to happen to all of our jobs. Mine also is probably going to be one of the first to go. The job I do is basically, I can create that in N8N. I almost did. And it's pretty frightening to know that. But I see the future of the workforce is going to be people who know how to run those programs like N8N. So, oh yeah, I've used it before, Chris. Right. It's a pretty cool thing. It's really cool.
It's overpromise and underdeliver. But here's the thing. This is Elon Musk, the guy who revolutionized electric cars, who built a private space company, who bought Twitter.
So here his Elon's accomplishments. Okay, he's naming them off right now.
And turned it into X. When he says he's building the best AI in the world, he means it.
Yeah.
And he has the resources to do it. 200,000 GPUs, the best engineers in the world, unlimited funding, and the motivation to prove everyone wrong. Plus, we can already see the results with Grok 3. It's not just hype, it's real, it's working, and it's beating the competition. But for now, focus on July 4th, because that's when everything changes. Grok 4 is going to launch, the coding features are going to blow everyone's minds, and the people who are ready are going to have a massive advantage. So mark your calendar, July 4th, 2025. Independence Day just got a whole lot more interesting. And remember, this is just the beginning. AI is moving fast, really fast, and the people who stay ahead of the curve are the ones who are going to win. That's why I make these videos, to keep you updated on what's really happening. Not the hype, not the marketing, the real stuff that actually matters. And Grok 4?
So Chris, N8N, it's like having a digital assistant that glues your apps together, handling tasks like data syncing, alerts, and even multi-step business processes automatically. I actually created a Gmail automatic response. So say if I was, working at my job and, I'm emailing back and forth, I actually created an 8 and 8, like I was the person emailing back and forth. So I created the emails, I created the responses, I created, the drafts, it was just, and it automatically sent this out. Like I was actually physically at work doing this, and I created that in 8 and 8, and it was amazing. What this program can do, like I said, is probably going to take over a lot of people's jobs.
This is the real stuff. This is what matters. This is what's going to change everything. So get ready, get excited, and get prepared for the future of AI, because it's coming and it's going to be incredible. Now, if you want to stay ahead of the curve and scale your business with AI automation, you need to check out my AI profit board.
Okay, so I want to get into this other, and I know I showed this in my last broadcast, but Chris, you weren't there. So I want you to see this because I think you'll appreciate this, because I think you have the same type of sense of humor that Wolf and Snort and JK and all of us here on the stream have. It was pretty comical. So let me try to get this up.
Okay, you glutton for punishment. You're uglier than a...
Pause it here. And let me get some sound to this. Let's see. It is this one here. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to play. Let me shrink it down just slightly, because this was really comical. I don't know if anybody has seen this or not, but I'll hide this one, and let's play this one.
Okay, you glutton for punishment. You're uglier than a baboon's ass, and your personality's so shitty, it makes a porta potty smell like a rose garden. You couldn't find your own dick with a map and a flashlight, and your mom regrets the day she didn't swallow.
So this is Grok, Elon Musk, and Gemini together. They just were playing around and created, this AI. And again, her voice she's a spunky, little AI. And so they were asking you questions, and this is one of her responses.
How's that for vulgar? Still standing or should I keep shredding? Jesus, you're relentless. Your face looks like someone tried to put out a forest fire with a shovel, and your brain's so small, it's a wonder you can even breathe without a manual. You smell like a dumpster behind a fish market, and your existence is proof that evolution can take a wrong turn. Still want more, or are you finally tapping out?
So that's
okay,
Elon Musk for you. And I know that he, in the video I just showed you about Grok 4, that this is all going to be implemented into Grok 4, that he's going to put some personality into it and, you know, make it some comedy into it. And he's going to, you know, it's going to be so much better. It's going to be actually like communicating with a normal person. And that's what I really appreciate about Grok 4 coming out. So I actually tried to install yesterday, but I believe it's probably going to be Monday when it's going to be ready to be used. But let's go back to the disturbing story about Trump. Let's see if I can find that. So Trump has this. He was speaking about the bill that just passed, and it really was a disturbing type of.
We're off to the United States now. Donald Trump, he's about to move, but he's speaking. This is following the success of his big, beautiful bill. Let's listen in.
And perhaps a lot of you are going with us. How are you? And we have a very big crowd, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're sort of celebrating like the biggest bill of its kind ever signed. And it's going to make this country into a rocket ship.
It's going to make this country into a rocket ship. Well, how are you going to do that without Elon Musk? Well, tell me that. How are you going to do that without him? So that was a comment that he made that I was just like, are you listening to yourself? Are you like, do you hear what you're saying?
It's going to be really great. I think when you go over the bill, it was very easy to get him to a yes. You know, we went over that bill, and
okay, so some of these comments are really, really, really good. Technical user N8N sounds a la carte expensive. Okay, so thank you for actually saying that, JK. So it is extremely expensive to use N8N. Not only do you pay for the program, but you pay for the API keys, you pay for, I mean, just the list goes on and on and on and on. So depending what you need that N8N for, there are so many other charges to use that, you know, N8N for. So it is extremely expensive. It goes by credits. So you buy, you know, credits for it, and the more you use, obviously, the more you're gonna need to buy. So it's really expensive, and I see it being good for, you know, companies to if they want to implement it. You know, they'll probably pay, you know, for that, but it is super, super expensive. At least for what I did on it, I paid a fortune for what I created on that. So N8N, yes. Can it be pricey? Absolutely, 100%. Sounds like Trump's answering machine giving him an update. Oh my God, that's great. That's great. Probably. Oh, damn.
Point after point, biggest tax cut in history, great for security, great.
Okay, so N8N also offers a free program to the public and also offers a plan for $24. Okay. So is that a monthly $24? So yeah, Chris, is that monthly $24? Because the one I saw was like $50. And I didn't see anything free. Is it a free trial? Is it a free trial? A free trial? I didn't see that. I think I saw a free trial for like 14 days. I believe the starter is annual. Okay. I'll have to look back into that because I really did like it and I did a lot of good stuff with it. I'll check that. I'll check that out again. I didn't, when I was looking at that, I was just so wanted to get into it and I just went right into it. And it's called the Community the Community Edition. Okay. Thank you for that. I'll check that out.
The southern border, immigration is covered. We covered just about everything. Again, it's the biggest bill ever signed of its kind.
Mr. President, Elon somehow policies that were turned up.
I appreciate that.
Said that they had conversations where he made promises. What promises did you make? Did you tell Representative Clyde that he could have some action on gun rights? What sort of deal did you make with those?
Well, I talked to a lot of different Republicans in doing it, and we had a good time.
By the way, Chris, how hot is it? And I think you're in Arizona. What's the temp out there?
Being there, I did not have much of a problem with any of them. As you know, we had 2 negative votes, but we had whatever it was, the final vote.
Did you get them to agree to yes?
Yeah, I think a few of them I did, but I think they would have gone yes anyway. No deals. What I did is we talked about how good the bill is. I mean, that's a deal, I guess, when you think about it. But obviously convinced them, but it was not hard. This is a great bill. This is going to be a great bill for the country.
What excuse them to vote no for this beautiful bill? Do you want to primary him too?
Well,
for those who prefer a hosted solution, N8N offers cloud plans with varying levels of workflow executions and active workflows. These plans start at $24. Boy, you should be a spokesperson. You should be a spokesperson for the company. You'd create a great commercial for them. These plans start at $24 a month, billed annually for the starter, which includes 2.5K workflow executions with unlimited steps. Oh, and 5 active workflows. Okay. 106 today. Okay. Yeah, it's 110 here. Yeah, it's pretty damn hot. Thanks, Chris, for all the info on that.
I was disappointed.
They should hire you as their commercial.
Disappointed that he did that.
You know a lot about it.
Voted no, so I was disappointed that he voted no. We had a call. It was a pretty long call. We talked about a lot of things, including Iran, and we also talked about, as you know, the war with Ukraine. And I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy. No, I didn't make any progress with them today at all.
Of course not.
I think we're going to get great growth. I think we'll have growth of record numbers.
You know a lot about it.
This is going to be something that's amazing, and everybody was watching it all over the world. And I want to congratulate the speaker and Tom Emmer and Steve Scalise.
Especially with your degree.
And everybody else. I mean, they worked so hard. So hard. This has really been going on for over a year, if you think about it. I think, to be exact, about 14.
Yeah, we don't call it the big, beautiful bill. We call it the big bullshit bill. That's the name that we've come up with this bill. It's the big bullshit bill.
18 months. And this was the culmination. And I guess it ended a lot earlier. A lot of people thought it would end up the following afternoon. Well, it ended up late in the evening. But
yeah,
they were great. They were great. And by the way, on the Senate side, I thought Senator Thune did a fantastic job. I think I have.
Lying about that too. Chris brings up a good point. He also says record numbers, stupid narcissistic piece of crap. Yeah, I guess they came out with the jobs report. I believe I saw something on Thursday. What's today? Saturday. So I think it was Thursday. And oh God, it was such a great report. And the numbers are amazing. And unemployment's this and that. And we're doing Chris, you're right on the spot. Right on the spot.
More power now. I do.
Live.
You know, I could say, oh, gee, I don't know. I think I probably do because we've had a great record of success. You know, my first term was very, very successful. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. I think we're going to blow it away this term. But, you know, we've proven certain things. And, yeah, I think probably it's got more gravitas, more power. Yeah. So we have a couple of other deals, but my inclination is to send a letter out and saying what tariff they're going to be paying. It's just much easier. We have, far.
Woof and snort. I call it big, beautiful bullshit. Yes. Woof and snort. Unemployment is like 24%, right? Right? Everybody was watching everyone from the world. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he's lying. He was supposed to not do this. This is not, he sounds just like everybody else in government, the corrupt government. He sounds and he was not supposed to be that. I did not vote for that. That's not what I voted for. He did not run on that. So I think a lot of us feel betrayed on that. Just not good. The lies and let's see. Yeah, Putin probably hung up on your ass. Gig jobs are not employment. That's right. So any type of side job you have, side gig you have, is not considered, but they are considering it. So, an Uber or whatever it is, even this, it is not considered a job, but he's definitely, they are considering it when they're doing the numbers, it sounds like.
More than 170 countries. And how many deals can you make? And you can make good deals, but they're very much more complicated. I'd rather, and I've been like this from the beginning, I'd rather send out a letter saying this is what you're going to pay to do business in the United States. And I think it'll be well received. I think it's just so.
This chat is off the hook. It's so funny. I want my 5K. I voted for 5K. Let's see. I got dick. The government is like a big orange man bad. They're all bullshit. Every single one of them. Yeah, I'm not laughing. I know it's not right. I know Wolf and Snort. It's not right. They promised us that, Elon was, if it wasn't for him, I don't even know if they would, Chris, I don't even know if they would have found what they found. Elon found that. He found the corruption, and it's disgusting. It is disgusting. And yes, we all want our $5,000. I mean, that story, that $5,000 story went away like that. I mean, it was gone. It went away so fast. It wasn't.
So many countries. And, then they go specific. Let's do this, let's do that. Beef, ethanol. And I'd rather just do a simple deal where you can maintain it and control it. You're going to pay a 20% or a 25 or a 30% tariff. And we're going to be sending some letters out starting from.
What about the tariffs? What do you guys, what's up with the tariffs? What do you guys think about the tariffs?
Probably tomorrow, maybe 10 a day to various countries saying what they're going to pay to do business with the U.S.
I got 5K and 5K of inflation, right?
I think that D.C. has to become a very safe place. And we're not going to let anything bad happen to D.C. That's our beautiful D.C. and we're not going to let anything bad, and we'll have something to say.
Is just like LA is, I mean, have you guys seen LA lately? He's saying we're not going to let anything bad happen to DC. Well, that was said about Los Angeles, and it turned out to be a friggin' disaster. I don't know if anybody has been through LA, but I happen to live in this shitty state of California, so LA is a dumping ground. It looks like a third world country. It's very sad. And to be honest, a lot of cities are turning out this way. So what is he going to do for DC?
About it next week.
Why did they hold back why did you pause weapons in Ukraine? Why did you pause weapons?
We haven't. We're giving weapons,
Chris,
but
definitely.
we've given so many weapons.
I worked my entire life.
Weapons,
Okay, these chats are too good. I can't. These chats are way too good. I worked my entire life for this crap to happen, all because of one stupid yellow banana man. Yes, I don't care if you're buying either, but he needs to stop blaming everything on him, because it's kind of funny. As soon as he came into office, inflation got even worse. Right, and he said he was going to change that plastic bag. That's another thing. JK, thank you for bringing that up. So California banned plastic bags. Every time you go shopping, food shopping, it's all in paper bags. Paper bags. You can't. So let's see, California, $40 to $60 eggs. Huh? I went and got some chickens. I don't pay for eggs anymore. I want to do that too. It's so damn hot out though. Like, I don't know how to house these chickens because it's so freaking hot out here. But good for you. That's smart. Yeah, eggs are freaking. We're paying for they are rich people. We're paying for them. We are not the rich people. Yep. Tariffs. Yep. Yeah, hey, Chris, that's a great thing you did, because eggs were $11.99 when I went to go food shopping. I hate autocorrect. Yeah, it sucks. It does suck. Don't worry, I get you. I get what you're saying. Eggs come out fried. Eggs come out fried in the desert. They must. I mean, it's friggin' hot. And Arizona is pretty hot, too. We're paying for the tariffs, not the filthy rich. Right. That's so true.
With them and trying to help them, but we haven't. Biden emptied out our whole country, giving them weapons, and we have to make sure that we have enough for ourselves. Who are you with? Oh, no wonder.
Hey, you're the one who called the New York Times to rat on Elon Musk about his drug habit. I mean, how two-faced. Oh my God. It's sad.
Well, I think it's going to be really a message of proudness. You're going to be proud of your country because our country is doing fantastically well. The economy is great. You saw the stock market today. We're setting records and
the stock market. Now, I know there's one of my subscribers is really a smart stock market person, because he's been in the chat before. What do you think about the stock market? Trump just mentioned, how great the stock market is doing. If you get a chance, that's not even going to make a difference. Right, Rad. All right. Yeah, I think the stock market is rigged. And I know one of my subscribers out there knows that's true.
In every aspect of our country, we're doing well, despite the fact that we inherited millions of people that shouldn't have been here. And I think we have crime stats that are coming out that are showing the lowest numbers we've had in many years. And that also despite the fact that a lot of people are here that shouldn't have been let into our country. So they're going to be very proud tomorrow. So we're signing at about 5 o'clock. And at about 5 o'clock, we're going to have B-2s and F-22s and F-35s flying right over the White House. And the Speaker and I and John Thune, we're all there together with most Republican senators and congressmen and women. and it's going to be a great day. So we'll be
I did have
signing
5K to
with
put
those
in the
beautiful
market.
planes
Now I
flying
don't.
right over our heads. All right. Well, we're going to see. Steve.
I just want to say thank you to this chat for making this so much fun for me. This has been one of the best broadcasts that I've had. Chris, you're the best. Thank you. And Wolf and Snort, you are hilarious. And JK, hilarious. Thank you so much for joining today.
He's a great guy. He's a great negotiator. Iran does want to speak, and I think they'd like to speak to me. And it's time that they do. We're not looking to hurt them. We're looking to let them be a country again. They got beat up, and they were both exhausted, frankly. But Iran really got beat up, and I think they want to meet. I mean, I know they want to meet, and if it's necessary, I'll do it. But Steve is involved and very much involved, and he's done a fantastic job. All right, one more.
On Gaza, do you still want the U.S. to take over Gaza as a part of a peace?
I want the people of Gaza to be safe, more importantly.
So that's
I want to see safety for the people of Gaza. They've gone through hell. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for the fun today. Chris, join me again. I will be on Monday through Thursday. I'm thinking about a 5 to 7 show. JK, you too, Wolf and Snort, all you guys that were in the chat today. Thank you for joining, and I will see you all on Monday.